Good morning! How are you all today? Welcome to Sewing Street. My name's Vicki Carroll. We've got a jam-packed show. Oh, it's so lovely to be back. I did watch Bex yesterday and it was a brilliant show, and lovely to see, of course, Delphine and Gary and just see all the studio on telly. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Those of you that are joining in for the first time this week, we're obviously in our brand new home now. We're in our brand new studio, and I must say, it feels weirdly like home already. We've kind of settled in very quickly. I must say that I do feel very, very at ease when I've got two Wilcoxes in the gallery though. We've got Kat and Joe here today. And of course, what makes me feel even more relaxed is the fact that we've got Delphine, double dose of Delphine this week. And of course, we are so excited about her needle felting show coming up later on. Oh, in fact, I'm going to tell you right now, one of her kits, the woodland one, which is the beautiful autumnal seed, if you've seen it on Facebook, has already, well, half of the kit has already sold out before we came to air, which concerns me slightly. We've got plenty of stock still available of the sale picture, which is beautiful as well. I'll show you later on, and we'll have a chat with Delphine because she's going to be here as well to bring you block 9 and block 10 of the block of the week. Now I know John will be watching from home. John Cole Morgan, who's obviously designed the quilt for us, he will be watching, and we've both spoken to him. Delphine and myself have spoken to him over the last couple of days, and he is there. Even though he's taken a bit of a break from the presenting side and being on air, he's still very much there to help you with your block of the week on Facebook and on social media. So I know that he says to send everybody his love. Right. Should we start with the early bird and then I'll tell you what's coming up? When I say early bird, I mean double whammy of early birds. And we've got two of the most exciting early birds. I'm going to start with some dressmaking fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called Bertie. You might have seen this before. Every single time this comes into stock, it sells out. We've done beautiful blouses with this. In fact, I've got a blouse very, very similar to this because it's such a beautiful, soft crepe, I think it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love those colours. I think this would be great also for if you're doing things like for workwear, nice blouses. You could do some nice comfy like harem style joggers. It's saving £2 today. Remember, if you wake up bright and early with us, then you will make the most of the saving of the early bird. It's £2 off, so it's only £5.99 a half metre now. And half a metre, I think is 140 wide, I believe. Just £5.99. It will be cut off the bolt for you. So if you've got a dressmaking pattern in mind, then we will cut it to whatever size you want. If you want 2 metres, 3 metres, if you want 3.5 metres, 10 metres even, it's up to you. We've got plenty of this in stock and it will be cut to whatever size you want. 100% polyester, it's 140 wide. It's so beautiful. You know, you're going to be able to mix this with loads of colours as well. Don't get me wrong, if you want to mute it down a bit, you can mix it with blacks or navies. But if you really wanted to pull on some of those beautiful pinks and oranges, wow. Autumnal orangey tones, that's going to look gorgeous. £5.99 a half metre, 140 wide. It's not very often that we do a dressmaking fabric early bird actually. So go for it, dressmakers. If you haven't got the chance, if you haven't had the chance of getting a discounted product as your early bird, now's the chance to do it. Absolutely. It really is beautiful quality. We've got a dressmaking show tomorrow coming up. Adele's going to be here. It's Adele's birthday tomorrow, isn't it? It's Adele's birthday tomorrow. Get all of your messages in for her. Get all your messages. It's Adele and she's coming in on her birthday. She's doing some dressmaking with us. So this would be lovely with her project actually. Just £5.99 a half metre. And you've paid your P&P all day then. And trust me, today is the day to open your order early because I think things are going to sell out left, right and centre. We've got the best early bird coming up. Again, another early bird. Yeah, another early bird, which I think is a bit unnecessary, really. We could have had this one today and another one tomorrow. I think we're still spoiling you. We're still on like the after party of the launch of the new studio. Yesterday's early bird was a bit ridiculous, wasn't it? So obviously I was in the office, what day are we now? Wednesday, when we were in on Wednesday. I heard Paul and Hayley and all of the team were going through, and Hayley said, Vix, you're not in tomorrow, are you? She said, we've never done a William Morris early bird. Did it sell out? It's available, I believe, on the website. I don't know whether you can still get it at an early bird price. It's worth searching because I think there is still stock available, but it's a great price. So we've got, as I said, Delphine's kit. We've got block of the week. We've got the most beautiful fabric bundles. This hour, stay tuned. So let's start our fabric bundle hour with another early bird, shall we? With a big saving. Oh, did you like my reveal then? Woo! Da-da-da. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most popular bundles we stock, full stop. We do not need to discount this, but we want to spoil you rotten. Of course, we're just so happy to be in our new home. We really, really are. Are you kidding? So many people have already checked out on this. There's only one left already. There you go. If you want it, grab it. You've got all of these half meters, saving over £10 today. If you do love all of your beautiful greys and blues, there's no point probably, I don't think, going through all the colours if there's only one left, is there? You get 1.5 meters for free and it's completely sold out. Okay. What? Oh, sorry. There you go. Joe was trying to do a nice pan for you with our robotic cameras, and he said, I didn't even get a chance to show you the shot. I didn't get a chance to show you the the fabrics. Right, so it's going to be one of those days today. We have got a jam-packed show for you. Should we have a look at what is coming up in today's show? So this first hour, we have got stash building bundles, and trust me, the first one that I'm starting with is one of the most popular bundles we have ever done, alongside the rainbow bundle. At 9 o'clock, we have got John Cole Morgan's block of the week. It's block 9 and block 10 coming up in the second hour. That's with our lovely Delphine. 10 o'clock, we've got sewing room tools. We've got some that are just back in stock. The scissor sharpener's back in stock. We've got the big light. Now the nights are drawing in. I know a lot of people have been asking, and I've been saying, I'm sorry, it's sold out, but it's back in stock. Have a look on the website. Eagle Eyes, I know we'll already be checking out on that as well. And then 11 o'clock, I'm getting these down so you can have a look because they are absolutely spectacular. My best friend Tommy actually FaceTimed me this morning because he wanted to see these in the flesh as he saw them on the page, on the fan page, and wanted to see them in real life. They are absolutely incredible. They are incredible. So this one, we are very, very limited on already, half of the stock, and we ordered loads of these from Delphine. We made sure we had plenty of kits available. The Autumn Woods, this one, is already half the stock, as I said, is checked out. Then that was before 8 o'clock. That one is beautiful. Equally as beautiful is your beautiful sunset. It's called the Last Summer Sale. Can you believe that this is actually wool? I mean, those of you that have never seen Delphine's artwork before, and it is complete artwork, it's just incredible. If you've not seen the demo, you will not believe how she transforms, and you can as well, very easily at home, transform a ball of felt wool into artwork like this. So we're going to break it down with Delphine. If you've got any questions for her, get them in today. We will be able to ask her any questions that you have, of course, on air. There's a couple of ways to get in touch with us today. If you want to do it via email, it's studio@sewingstreet.com. Studio@sewingstreet.com is the email address. We've got Cat producing today, so we can pass on any messages to Delphine, even if you want to just come and say hello to us. Also, if you've got any questions about Block of the Week, you can get in touch on Facebook, and John will be there, of course, to answer any of your questions. Delphine, of course, she's a fantastic quilter as well, so any of the questions you might have, we should be able to answer on air for you. It's it's Sewing Street TV on Facebook. Okay, right. This hour, as I said, bundles, bundles, bundles. Please, 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 can we start with this? It needs no introduction. She's not here, she's gone on holidays. So Hannah's having 11 days off. You're not allowed 11 days off. Not when we're just launching the studio. She's so gutted. But Kat is also now scheduling her shows, and she's stolen this out of Hannah's stash. So it came into stock on our autumnal show on Monday, I want to say. Monday or Tuesday? Was it Monday or Tuesday? So we're on. And it completely sold out in one showing. Everybody was messaging in. Hannah's head went like this because she all of a sudden became a designer. Delphine's walked in and said, I've got to have this bundle. She's having talks with Hayley at the moment about making something with it as well. So get it in your stash whilst you can. And what I love about it is that you've got not just solids, you've got mixes as well. So you've got the beautiful red, which is like that mottle effect. You've also got this one, which is again got that lovely, almost shadowy, almost looks like a velvet sort of feel. It's the texture to the eye, isn't it? It's 100% quilting cotton, but then teaming it with your green, your lovely Christmassy green. I mean, these are great for Christmas projects as well. You've got two beautiful, well, loads of Christmassy colours in here. But for autumn projects, this is absolutely gorgeous. So you've got 1/2 metre of your red, 1/2 metre of orange, 1/2 metre of this blender, which is your mixer textured, almost like mottle effect in orange. You've also got like your sunshine colour. I'm not sure if these are the actual names of them. I'll find out from Kat in a moment. You've also then got your 1/2 metre of green and 1/2 metre of khaki. And if I open this out, you'll see it's quite deceiving when you see them all folded up of just how much fabric you get. You get so much. You don't kind of see it, do you, when it's all folded up? Look, that's 1/2 metre, 112 wide. In fact, because I've got the space now, it'd be rude not to, just so you can see how much fabric you're getting for £21.99. The colours are beautiful. I find it really difficult sometimes when you're looking online and they're all little thumbnail images to see what colours are going to work together. So it's done for you. The hard work is done for you. And I mean, Hannah, she has got a really, really good eye. She's put together a beautiful bundle for you. Look at that amazing sunrise. That is a beautiful sort of sunrise ombre of colour. And then you've also got your yellow. How many of these bundles have we managed to put together again now? This will sell out again, just so you know. We'll do our best to put more together, but if one of them is out of stock, we've got to wait for them all to come back in. We could do something similar, I suppose, but if you do want this bundle, we are now really, really limited. I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't want to put anybody off, but look at all this. You're getting so much colour. £21.99. 3 metres of your autumn colours for £21.99. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Whilst I'm folding these up, do check out of your basket because I think very, very soon I'll be saying that one is completely sold out. Oh, I love the quality of them as well. Remember, these are Rose and Hubble, 100% cotton. They're quilting weight, but you can use these for bag making. You could use them for cushions. You could use them obviously for your patchwork. There's so much that you're going to be able to use this for. Lovely to have your company this morning. Thank you for tuning in bright and early with us. How have you been? Let me know. Come and say hello, even if you're just saying hello. If you've got no questions, just come and say hello. It's nice to have. It's really nice to have everybody joining us in our new home. It's strange, isn't it? Because normally, obviously, we've got our. Well, we're the annoying siblings of Jewellery Maker, and we have been over the last 7 months. It started off that we were like, oh, can we come and live with you for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks when we launched in February as our temporary studio, and then obviously all the craziness in the world happened. 7 months later, we're their really annoying siblings that say, please, can we just stay a bit longer? Oh, it's amazing. Oh, Kat said we wanted to go and get some more of our stock. Obviously, we're still moving. It all happened very, very quickly. So Kat went there at 6 o'clock this morning and they said, are you coming back? You coming back? No, sorry. Well and truly settled. Oh, I'm sure that they always kept saying to us that we were too jolly. We were too jolly in the morning. They said, it's really strange, you all still like each other and you still like what you do, don't you? We said, we have actually known each other for how many years? 6 years, 5 years? Long time now. So that's your autumn bundle, £21.99. Absolutely gorgeous. Everybody looking ahead on the website and checking out on different items as well, which is brilliant news. Autumn bundle back in stock, £21.99. Check out on that one as soon as you can. Now, because the rainbow early bird sold out in a heartbeat, we've got a couple of other rainbow fabric bundles for you. We've got the solids and we've also got the mixers. Should we do the mixers first? Because I love this real sort of mottle effect. It's beautiful. Oh, they're lovely. I know that you've had a real good close look at these with Rebecca yesterday or last weekend. Was it back last weekend? They are so gorgeous, and I know that Bex would have been telling you, you know, as a quilter, and she has a lot of experience in putting fabrics together and working with it. It's important to think about different sort of textures to the eye. So if you are working with any of your designer fabric, just mixing it in with solids and with these blenders, we're calling them like a mixer bundle, but they will still absolutely sing on their own. If you want to use them as individual fabrics, they look incredible because they've got this sort of mottle effect. It's just beautiful. 100% cotton, rose and hubble fabric, 3 whole meters, 6 half-meter pre-cuts. Those of you that are purchasing multiples, which I'm not surprised, we've got people multi-buying on the autumn bundle, multi-buying on this one. If you are multi-buying, they'll already become pre-cut. Our warehouse team have already cut these into half meters for you, so they're ready to go. £23.99. That's 3 meters of fabric, which is a lot, isn't it? It is a lot. You've got your green, your yellow, your blue, your pink. It's like it's not like your rainbow bright. It's more of your, how do I put this? This is like quite a peachy orange, and this is more of like a lavendery purple. Slightly softer. That's like it's like Parma Violet shades, isn't it? It's slightly softer. Obviously then that's just sky blue, isn't it? That is gorgeous, like a cloudy blue sky. It's gorgeous. This one, it reminds Joe of being on the beach. And then your grass. £23.99. That's 3 whole meters. I love this new setup, by the way. Having the phone number over here means that you can see more, doesn't it, on screen? Because I think before when we had that full bar, you couldn't see as much. So we're listening to all of your feedback. Thank you so much. I must say, after our first live show, we had incredibly positive feedback. It was so lovely to have so many of you say how much you love the new studio. And obviously, if we have any sort of teething technical issues, our team are working non-stop to try and fix any of them. Plus, listening to you as well. Kat's got her full like stage management head on, making notes all throughout the show of things, you know, that we can mainly like criticism about me. Vix, can you just be a little less this, and can you do more of this, please? It was mainly that. But no, it was really lovely to have your feedback, and it's really, really welcomed. It is absolutely. We had a big debrief meeting, and of course have tried to change a few of the bits and bobs. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got 7 half-meter fabrics here. Hang on. I haven't got them in rainbow order, have I? Red, orange. Oh, hang on. Red and yellow and, oh, I don't know it. Richard of York gave battle in vain. There you go. That's the rainbow. It's not the rainbow song. How does the rainbow song go, Joe? Oh no, they're singing in like you. They're literally singing in harmony, brother and sister. So the Wilcox family, just to paint a bit of a picture for you, because Terry and Lisa as well, the parents, they are literally the Von Trapp family. You are the Von Trapp family. They've got a calendar of all, Joe doesn't live there anymore. The Von Trapps have a family calendar, I imagine, as well. If they were in 2020, it would be on the phone like yours. They're very much the Von Trapp. They were singing in harmony then, the rainbow song. $23.99 for 3.5 meters. That is a gorgeous rainbow. Now, I'm seeing this as a rainbow, but you've got sunsets. You've got beautiful sea colours. You've got your pinks and purples, which would look gorgeous with any of your Riley Blake fabrics. You've got your green. These are all going to be really, really useful fabrics to have in your stash anyway. Whether you're making rainbow bargellos or doing some free motion. I love seeing really fancy quilting on just solid fabrics. They're beautiful. $23.99. That's 3.5 meters, 7.5 meters for just $23.99. It is very, very busy today, just so you know. It's going to be a brilliant day. We've got loads lined up for you. I mean, look at all this fabric. If I don't get it through it all before 9 o'clock, then we'll bring it back later, don't worry. But I want to try and show you as much as we can. Oh no. Okay. Thank you, Delphine. She's on the phone. She's doing her best. The autumn woods are sold out. It's coming up at 11 o'clock. We should have done it at 8 o'clock. We knew this would happen. How many times? It must be, Delphine has set plenty of records, hasn't she, of selling out before her show. It's happened so many times. This is the one that's still available. If you do want to make the most of it before that sells out, please check out as soon as you can. That one's called the Last Summer Sale. It's beautiful. Type in Delphine Brooks on the website and you'll be able to find all of her kits. Absolutely check out. If there's any stock, it will appear there. We're working, well, she's working on trying to put together some more kits and speaking to Hayley and the team here. So fingers crossed by 11 o'clock, we should be able to still offer it to you. But at the moment it's sold out, so I wouldn't miss the last summer sale kit. Right, now talking to Riley Blake, I just mentioned Riley Blake. It was for, Hannah and I did a Picks show, Hannah and Vic's Picks, over on Wednesday, and so many units of these sold. Now we've got 3 different colourways, similar sort of patterns, obviously from the same collection. We've got the greys, the pinks and the blues. Which one do you want to go for first? Blues are always very, very popular in every world. In fact, a bit of a statement here from my producer, world's favourite colour. It's the world's favourite colour. I absolutely love these though. Riley Blake, you know the quality that you're going to get? It's absolutely stunning quality, 100% cotton, £29.96. The bundle, you're making a saving. That was supposed to be for Hannah's, for the launch show, but for today, you've got a £2 saving as well. It's less than £30, and that is a lot of fabric. Look at the detail. I love that soft pink actually. This would look really, really beautiful with the mixer bundle. Did we call it the mixer bundle? Mottle, you know, the mottle rainbow. It's called the mixer bundle, rainbow mixer. So that's half a metre. Half a metre of, let me show you them all. And the great thing about Riley Blake is, of course, she's a really, really famous quilt designer, fabric designer. So she's thought about these different scales of print. You might have heard Bex Reed talking the last couple of times she's been on, when I've put it on, I've caught her saying about this multiple times, because it's really important that you think about the different scales of print, having the larger scale, having more ditzy prints, having different colours and different textures to the eye. That's £29.96. You get half a metre of this print. Don't worry, it's not your eyes. Going blurry. It's just Joe. And then, no, it's our lovely robotic cameras. It just, we're getting used to everything, aren't we? You're really calm, actually. Elliot isn't even in the gallery, is he? It's just you two. I wish we had a gallery cam so you could see them. It's a huge gallery. Over the last 7 months, obviously because of social distancing, they've been in separate rooms because it was only a small gallery over at Jewellery Maker Studios, whereas here, we've got such a massive studio and gallery that you can easily social distance with Elliot in there as well. And it's absolutely fine, isn't it? You bought yourself a cushion in today. Make yourself at home, Kat, why don't you? Oh, she's put a sign on the door. Live studio gallery, it says. This is half a metre of your white with blues and pinks and greys. £29.96. This is really pretty again. What are you thinking of making? Maybe for bag making? Joe, you need to stop watching so much. Joe picks me up on all of my mistakes. Oh. We've also got this one. There's only 5 of these left and it only launched on Wednesday. Of course, we always try to get more in, but the problem is, not Maureen, we tried to get Maureen in as well, yeah, but we try to get more in stock, but we constantly are wanting to get you new collections and different collections, so this could be it. Literally launched on Wednesday. we're down to the last few bundles, £29.96. Remember, all of those fabrics, all 112 wide, quilting weight cotton. And stunning cottons, I must say, as well. They're really, really beautiful quality. No, it's all lovely, thank you. Is the temperature okay? Listen to them. Oh, my word. We're in a real fancy studio now. They've just asked me if my temperature's okay in here. Thank you. Are you okay? How's your temperature in there? We've got all of our climate control. So let's do the greys or the pinks. Greys next. I was talking about this, that I have been known to love my grey tones. I think a lot of us went through a bit of a stage in our homes. Greys have been very, very sort of in fashion, haven't they? But just mixing in those beautiful deep navy blues, mixing in the pinks and the whites as well, it's absolutely gorgeous. £29.96. And you're getting all those different scales of print. I can see everything now, Joe. So before, when we were in our previous temporary studio, we just had one screen basically that we could kind of see what was, you were seeing on telly. But now I can see everything. I've got screens galore. I've got 5 cameras. It's really nice and bright. It's lovely. And loads of space. This is the best thing, is that we're going to be able to display everything for you. Elliot at the moment is still getting over the fact that he put the shelves up really badly and has put so many holes in the wall that he had to fill. This isn't coming from me, this is coming from him. He says that, because I was looking over there for all the holes, I said, you've done a grand job of filling all these holes, because he says he really bodged it. And actually, this time, I can't see any. I think you've done a brilliant job, Elliot. But anyway, so he's just still getting over that. And then he's going to be putting us up some poles so that we can hang all of our quilts. So promised next week, haven't you, Elliot? Next week. Yes. Once he's got over, the upset of putting the shelves at wrong on Wednesday. I made him pull in his leg. Okay, I am awful at DIY. When you did say to me that you were going to put it up and he was writing down all these measurements, he couldn't find the little bubble bit in his spirit level though, because it was, needs a new one. So £29.96 there for your greys. We've also got the pinks. Your pinks and blues, navy blue and white. How pretty are they? What about for just jazzing up your sewing room a bit by having some lovely new storage boxes and a new pin cushion and maybe a new little bag that you want to make, or what about a project bag that you can take to your workshops? Fingers crossed, hopefully in your area. I'm not sure what the situation is with workshops and things now, but hopefully if you're able to start going to different workshops again very soon, then this would be lovely to make yourself a nice project bag. And you've got so much fabric there. Don't get me wrong, what I would do, you could use it for the backs of cushions or the lining of bags. It'd be very, very fancy indeed. Or we've got this bundle which has been extremely popular, just mixing it with maybe the pink for your lining. Even the yellow and blue goes well. Or we've got like a blue bundle, obviously the rainbow mixer bundle. I'm just getting a bit excited here and trying to put together the blue, if you want to team the blue with maybe mixing it for your lining. Have a look on the website. If you do get any of your solids, then remember you can buy all of them individually on the website. So if there's one that you're thinking, I'm going to get the pink or the blue and use that as a backing or a lining, or even just white would look lovely. For a plique, this would be really pretty. You could fussy cut the flowers. £29.96, only launched literally on Wednesday. Brand new this week and selling out really quickly. I think this is going to be one of the quickest Riley Blake collection, or one of the quickest selling Riley Blake collections we've ever had. I think this will be in and out before we know it. Okay, so there are your 3 Riley Blake bundles. Has the autumn bundle sold out yet? Pauline? Oh, can we get it back at the end of the month when it's payday? There's one left. Who wants the last one? If you've got it in your basket, just a quick nudge that there's literally one of those left. We'll try and get it back Pauline by the end of the month, absolutely. I know that Delphine's got her eye on it, that she wants to put together a kit. If you just want the bundle on its own, outside of any kits, then if you've got a project in mind, now is the last chance to grab that. Brilliant price point on it as well. It was only $21.99. Okay. Let's do my pick. So on Wednesday, Hannah and Vic's picks, this was my pick. What I would love about it is that if you go to a fabric shop, they might have a pink, they might have a couple of different shades, like a light pink and a dark pink, or a brighter pink and a softer pink. But because we've got an amazing warehouse facility, we can stock so many different shades. We've got the space, whereas no disrespect to any of the smaller retailers, of course, we've got to support them. I love my local, I've got a local quilting shop in my town, and I love going there, and they've been amazing with me. I mean, I learnt to sew there, went on all my patchwork and quilting classes there, and it's really important obviously to still support them, but they just don't have the space to stock half of these fabrics. So it's brilliant to be able to say, look, we've got the whole range of these gorgeous pinks, 3 meters from your bright pink to peach. Yes please, Kat. £20.49. So we've got peach, half a meter, blush, again half a meter, we've got coral, half a meter, bright pink, half a meter, raspberry, half a meter, and pomegranate, half a meter, £20.49. 3 whole meters, that's 6 half-meter pre-cuts. Remember, they're already cut, ready to go. You don't need to use it as an ombre. You could do an amazing ombre, Bargello, or around the world quilt, but you don't necessarily need to. This could be something that you think, right, actually, this pink matches in with my Riley Blake. This pink matches in with my Tilda. This pink matches in with my other designer fabrics, Tula or something. I mean, you don't necessarily need to use it all in one project, but it would look amazing as an ombre of something, wouldn't it? Block of the week. Absolutely, you could use them as background colours. You need 2.5 meters of fabric, so you would have half a meter left over, and you could do the background of each block, couldn't you? All different shades of pink, because that would look beautiful with both the blossom or the rainbow option. In half an hour, we've got blocks 9 and 10, remember, of block of the week. It's my first time I've done this. Obviously, you would normally have John Morgan, so it's my pleasure to be covering for John's show today. He's having a bit of a break from being here. Lives miles away, and we all know he's worked extremely hard all through lockdown. He drives hours and hours every day to come here. So I know that he'll be watching from home today, and he did say that he'd be on Facebook if anybody had any questions. And also, you haven't just got me, don't worry. Delphine is going to be here demonstrating it, and she's fab. She's an amazing quilter. So she's really looking forward to it. And I know that she's been speaking to John as well. I think they FaceTimed last night. So if you've got any questions, I'm sure Delphine will be able to answer them for you. So 3 meters of your pinks to peach, £20.49. From pinks to blues. This is a really good blue bundle. And quite often, actually, we've been struggling to get some of these colours back, so I haven't seen this blue bundle for ages. You've got that lovely, subtle, but absolute perfect ombre, your deeper blues, your midnight blue, and then look at all of these gorgeous light blues, bright blues. Just so you know, this is already selling before we even showed it today. That's the great thing about the website. Eagle eyes, get onto the website, have a look at what's available. Because the problem is, with everything being on so early in the morning, it's great, but also, if you snooze, you lose. You've got to get up nice and early with us. Have a look on the website and see what's available, because some of the stock now levels are really, really limited. As I say, we're working on trying to get more of the autumn scene in the needle felting show we've got coming up at 11 o'clock. The autumn wood bundle is already sold out, so we're doing our best with Delphine to get some more for the show at 11. But if there is a bundle, or if there is something that you've got your eye on the website, grab it whilst you can. It's only 1p&p all day, so don't leave it in your basket. That's what I generally do when you're online shopping. I'll put things in the basket and then I'll forget about them throughout the day, and then you go check out and you've missed out. It says it's out of stock. But unlike other places, unlike other online shops, you only have to pay that postage and packaging once, and then it's like free P&P essentially, isn't it, for the rest of the day? So if you've bought this, or if you bought Delphine's Autumn Wood scene and you've paid your postage and packaging, the way I see it is that it's free P&P then for the rest of the day, really. You've already paid your $3.95, which is brilliant, isn't it? So, great chance to stock up on anything that you would not necessarily just come in for. So if there's something that's, say, £5 and you thought, oh, well, I'm not going to pay the $3.95 as well, it's worth checking out on those whilst you can. So that's your blues. Let's have a look at these pastels, because I did mention them earlier. This was another one of Hannah's bundles. And no pressure, Kat, because Kat's just starting scheduling her shows as well. But Hannah has really pulled out the big guns in terms of putting together all of the different bundles. The autumn bundle, I believe, is now sold out completely. This was the other one of hers. Reminds me of lovely soft ice cream, Neapolitan ice cream. You've got your mint green, 1/2 metre. Your lovely soft pink, 1/2 metre. Your lemon, 1/2 metre. And then your baby blue. It's so pretty. It's £13.49. That's 2 metres of your lovely soft, very, very soft colours. If you've got the Riley Blake, just 1/2 metre of your designer fabric and then mixing it in with your solids. It's great value for money, isn't it? Me? I don't think I've ever been called soft and delicate. Oh, he says, I know, it was a joke. Oh, thank you. Do you know, I know I've sang for years, and I do think sometimes that my hearing's I've got you quite loud in my ear at the moment, so if I ever sound like I'm shouting, you must tell me, because I don't want to be shouting to you at 8:30 in the morning. He says I often turn you down, Vic. 13:49. I feel like I'm talking quite softly, so tell me if I'm shouting, because I'd hate to be shouting at you. 20 to 9. Now I can't hear you. That's better. 13:49, 1/2 metre. That are your plain, solid, beautiful pastel bundle. 1/2 metre of blue, 1/2 metre of lemon. Do you know when you have headphones in, have you ever had that moment where you're singing along and then you're shouting at somebody? That's what it's like, because I've got you in my ear. Sometimes I might be talking louder than I would normally. It's all right, I'll whisper. Have you watched those videos, by the way, when people are whispering? It's supposed to be really relaxing. It's just a bit scary sometimes, I think, actually. Right, so the Spotty bundles. I've got 2. In fact, I know I've got 2. Maybe I've got the other one. Oh, I think we're going to do the other one in the next hour. Now, these are your Poplin weight cotton, so it's a slightly lighter weight cotton. Still quilt with it. You can still absolutely do your patchwork and work with it as normal. In fact, I can't think who I was speaking to who had Poplin weight. Sally Ann. Sally Ann Harrison had some Poplin weights in her bundles of a quilt she was making. And I said, do you need to be aware of that? Does it feel any different? And she says, if I'm honest, I didn't really notice that much. So if you are using it for patchwork, I just thought I'd let you know that it is a Poplin weight, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. It will be beautiful for things like toys. It would be really, really beautiful for things like bags. If you do want to add a bit more structure to it, because as I say, it is a lighter weight cotton, it's ever so soft, it's really, really beautiful, then I'd maybe just use a bit of interfacing, whether it be H640, oh my word, on Wednesday, I don't even think we didn't even see it. We mentioned it briefly when we were talking about Wendy's project with H640. And there were hundreds and hundreds of units gone. It's one of the most popular interfacings we stock. So have a look on the website and see if there's any available. But if you are thinking of just adding a bit of structure, they're so pretty, aren't they? I'm thinking like baby makes or, you know, children's makes. They're so pretty colours. But actually, it's because I'm seeing it in this sort of order. Whereas actually, let's just look at this blush. It's like a lovely dusty rose, which is more of a grown-up pink, isn't it? You've then obviously got your purple and blues. These would look so beautiful to go with the block of the week. Maybe you want to make some cushions to go with, or If you love this colour palette, that is my favourite colour. Teals and peacocks are just stunning. You've got 1.5 meters for £10.99. It's a lot of fabric. It's exactly the same as your, even though it's, as I say, poplin weight, still Rose and Hubble, still absolutely beautiful quality, but can you see that it's got a lovely drape to it? It's 112 wide and they've already been pre-cut for you. So if you are multi-buying, Warehouse have already cut these ready to go. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. We're going to be talking about Block of the Week at 9 o'clock. Sorry if there are a couple of mix-up with photographs on the web. We are aware of it and we're working on it. So hopefully by 9 o'clock I'll be able to either talk you through or it will have changed by then. So I'll let you know. But yeah, thank you for making us aware of that. We will have a look. Look in the item description, a cat suggesting, and that will tell you which are which, because I think some of the photographs have got mixed up, but sorry about that. Okay, the other Spotty bundle we've got is coming up later on. I've got, can we do the one with the stars? We've got the stars, the spots, and the red solid. Talking about different scales of print and different textures, this is a great one, because you've got your poplin weight with the stars, your poplin weight with the spots, and then you've also got the solid red. Christmas, the snow's coming down. This would be brilliant. Oh, sorry, we had the wrong graphics in for the last one. I'll show you again in a second. 1/2 meter of red, 1/2 meter of spots, and 1/2 meter of your stars. This is so festive, isn't it? Well, I'm seeing Christmas because I think I'm really getting excited now. It's just because it's getting dark so early. I've just started to feel really Christmassy recently. It's a good idea to get a bit of ahead. In the crafting world, we have to think ahead, a bit further ahead than everybody else. So if you do want to start making bits and bobs, it's a great time to do so. At £10.99, I think we've got a Christmas show coming up soon as well. But make the most of this bundle whilst you can. The great thing about being in the office with all of the team now, I was packing away from a Wednesday show and I had them going through all the presentations of different things that are going to be coming up, and I did hear the word Christmas, which is very exciting. It's so soft. Oh yeah, I'm officially Mrs. Christmas Carol now. I am officially the Mrs. Christmas, the most Christmassy person ever. Oh yeah, can we do like a Mrs. Christmas Carol Christmas VT, please, Joe? Advert. We can get some snow in here. I'm sure we used to have like a green screen facility in this building. So hopefully we can still make that work and we can put me in like the North Pole or something. Maybe you can put me on a sledge. That would be so good, wouldn't it? Thank you. It's something that we can work with the art department with. Fantastic. Okay, £10.99 if you do want the stars, spots and your plain. Just talking about the spots that we were looking at. Sorry, Joe said apologising. He had the wrong graphics. He messed it up. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Sneezy, sneezy. Let's do this one, which was, sorry, the wrong graphic before. This is now the correct graphic, which is YEXC19. YEXC19. £18.99. That's 2.5 meters of your Rose and Hubble poplin spots in all of those beautiful colours. So this is the one with the blues, the purples, that lovely teal is my favourite, your dusty pink. Just £18.99 for 2.5 meters, which is a lot, isn't it? You get loads and loads of fabric. Less than £20. Right. Thank you. So, those of you who have not yet checked out on any of these, please be aware, lots of the bundles are nearing up on selling out, if not already selling out. It's £18.99. Did you want to do the ocean one, did you say? The blues. 2 blues, just 1 meter of blue, nice contrasting blues as well. This is with 1/2 meter of peacock, I believe, and 1/2 meter of, I'm going to say, navy. What blues are these called, Kat? £6.49. This is what I mean if you've already opened your postage and packaging and you're thinking, do you know what, I might just add a metre of blue in, 2 of your lovely contrasting colours. I got it completely wrong. This one's called Sky and this one's called Marine. Just £6.49. The reason that I like to tell you the actual colours is if because you want more of a certain one, you can easily go onto the website and just type in 100% cotton Sky or Marine or, you know, whatever colour you want. Oh, we've just had a message asking when we're going to get more crimson in stock. Oh, you've got it. Brilliant. We've got it in stock. So if you do want crimson, all of these solids, we put together the bundles, which I think is great for you to be able to see on air because sometimes that's quite difficult to put together yourself and it is quite time consuming. Whereas all of these are individually available on the website as well. So it's definitely worth having a look if you do want multiple units of a certain colour because these are already pre-cut into half metres, but you can of course have them by the half metre as well. So that's just £6.49. Great price. Right, we've got this one, which is one of my favourite colour combinations, the pink and grey. This is so beautiful, isn't it? I think this would make a great bag option, that you've got your lining fabric, you've got like your pocket fabric, you've got your straps. I would have the main body of the bag in maybe the spots. And then I'd have a pocket, or actually no, I'd have the pink as my main fabric. And then I'd have this as like a lovely big feature pocket and the straps. And maybe binding at the top depending on what bag you want to do. And then the grey is the lining. I like to have a grey lining because I tend to spill things in my bag, so I do like a darker lining. But that'd make a beautiful bag bundle. For £9.99, you've got a lot of fabric there, half a metre of each. Oh! Okay, so if you were already getting ahead of the queue, I don't blame you, checking out on the block of the week today. It is all on the website. I know there's a couple of sort of issues with the text corresponding with the picture on block 10. Just go with the picture. The picture is correct. I think the name of it is the wrong way round. It's somehow gone, whoop. So if you do want the blossom, look for the blossom picture, which is the one with the beautiful flowers on. If you, or the more pastel-y one. If you want the rainbow, look at the picture that says rainbow and the word will say blossom. I'm ever so sorry about that. Hopefully it's something that will be rectified very soon today. There's so much going on here, and thank you so much for your patience and thank you for your understanding, because I know you understand, and a lot of people have been very, very kind and lovely and supportive. So thank you for all of your lovely messages. They won't have packed up your order yet, so don't worry if you have checked out on the wrong one. If you call the customer service team, they'll be able to just switch it round for you, so that's not a problem whatsoever. Just £9.99. It is free to call as well, remember, UK landline or mobile. And also, thanks for letting us know. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the mornings here. It's only 9:15, so people are just sort of coming in. So as soon as you know, everybody is here, we'll do our best to rectify that for you. But they're aware of it. They're aware of it. Okay. The orange. The Halloween bundle. Halloween is just around the corner. Our lovely Claire from Solihull gave us so many inspiring makes. She put it on Instagram the other day. So if you don't follow Claire, Claire who makes things on Instagram, she's fabulous. She's one of our viewers and she's so lovely. And she's got she's got so many pictures on her Instagram of different Halloween makes. There's pumpkins, there's dresses, there's bags, trick-or-treat things, there's bunty. And I know, look, this year's a bit strange and I don't know whether we're going to be able to have the parties, the Halloween parties, but I still think maybe if you do celebrate, I don't know, do people make makes for Halloween? Do you put things in the window? Do you have children or grandchildren that you want to decorate, you know, make some little decorations with them? Because the great thing is when you've got the decorations, they're not just for that year, are they? You put them away and you bring them out year after year. And I think that's what Claire's done, actually. She's made multiple things over the years and it's just all accumulated, which is great. That's a brilliant bundle. Your absolute bright orange, black, dark grey, and we're really struggling to get any of the greys in. You're lucky to be able to see a bundle with greys, actually, because a lot of it has gone into projects. Who's that? There was a lady who messaged the other day saying orange goes with everything. I love orange. I think you've been talking to Hannah. So you've got no grey in your house either. Our Hannah, during lockdown, through the depths of April and May, she started painting and dyeing everything orange. All of her cushions went in the wash with the orange dye, came out bright orange. She bought this old locker set which she painted bright orange. And she did ring me one day and she says, right, I need to have a read up on this because all of a sudden I've got a real strong urge to just have orange everywhere. And we Googled it, we had a look online. And do you know what it said? It said that you're lacking social interaction. And we're like, well, that's quite accurate actually. But she still loves it. It's like a lovely, almost like a terracotta-y orange. But I mean, not everybody are grey people. I know that grey's been very, very on trend in home decor, but I must say I do still love greys. It's a nice neutral colour. It goes with everything. Looks very sleek and clean. But this is a great one for any of your Halloween makes, isn't it? Just £13.96. Thank you, Joe. I've got the Liberty bundle. I know. When I say Liberty bundle, I mean everything from the flower show range is so limited now. I've got this fabric. I absolutely love it. Don't let it put you off, Joe's saying. This is you forget me not. It's absolutely stunning. It is undoubtedly Liberty. It is just one of the most beautiful ditzy prints. Classic Liberty. And what I love about this, the flower show range, is that they've taken fabrics from the archives, they've taken prints from Liberty's iconic archives, and they've made them into, beautiful, new, fresh colours, bright yellows, gorgeous purples, pinks as well, greens in there. But how I love and I always think of Liberty is seeing those ditzy floral prints with the little black outline to just make them absolutely pop. To make it go a bit further as well, we've teamed it with the perfect purple. It goes, well, it matches in exactly, doesn't it, with the purples in the flowers. This one, I believe, is, what's this one called, Kat? Yeah. £10.49, and it's absolutely beautiful. Those bright yellows, lovely pinks, great greens with amethyst purple. So if you do want any more of this one, amethyst purple, but we're really struggling to get anything else from the flower show range. If you type in Liberty Flower Show on Facebook, on our website, I don't even know if there's anything left. Literally a couple of ones from the flower show range, that's it. So if you do want these beautiful bundles, and as I say, that is complementing perfectly, it's only £10.49. How much do you pay for little Liberty gifts? So if you've got any of the Wendy Gardner books or Debbie Shaw's Half Yard book, any of the makes that you're using just fat quarters, you're getting, remember, 2 fat quarters of Liberty and 2 fat quarters of solid. So if you want to make things like a cushion front, if you want to make things like little bags, little makeup bags or toiletry bags, how much do you pay for those in the shops when they've got a Liberty print? This would be beautiful for gifts for Christmas, absolutely beautiful. Little pin cushions and scissor keepers. Because it's only a ditzy print, you could do great smaller projects, like English paper piecing would look great as well. It is absolutely beautiful. Just £10.49. Stunning quality, of course, as expected when you're talking about Liberty fabric. Do you expect anything less than the best? No, of course not. It's Liberty. But we've teamed it as well with our beautiful quality Rose and Hubble fabric, which again is equally as beautiful. So you will love the quality of that as well. Just £10.49. Not long until we get Delphine on. I know that we've got a lot to do in the next hour because we're going to be covering not only block 9 but 9 and 10 in the block of the week. Loads of you already checked out. Thank you very much for your patience. We're going to of course try and sort out the little glitch on the website, but hopefully everybody's managed to find the bundle that they want. The early bird today was a double whammy, one of which sold out completely. Dressmakers, hate to leave you out. It's not very often that we get the chance to do a dressmaking early bird. So just to remind anybody who's a bit later waking up with us today, one, where have you been? But two, I mean, you've got a great early bird special still available. £2 saving by the half metre. This is your Bertie, just £5, 99 pence a half metre. Remember, there is so much fabric there. If you're thinking of making blouses or trousers, we've got so different dresses tomorrow with Adele. Stock up on your dressmaking fabrics. Get ahead of the game, absolutely. Tomorrow's early bird special isn't dressmaking fabric, so definitely take advantage of that saving. It's only for today, or I should say while stocks last, because we had a double early bird today and the other one sold out completely. So if you do want this is the one of the only early bird specials we've done of dressmaking fabric. Discounted price by the half metre. It's 140 wide, 100% polyester for £5, 99 pence. Right, I can move them. Let me move all this fabric out the way. We've got loads going on here. It's so exciting. So let me show you the finished quilts. Just to give you a bit of an idea, obviously this hasn't been quilted or it hasn't got your border on or anything like that, but I just want you to see all of the different blocks. This is designed by John Cole Morgan. He sends his love to everybody, by the way, and he is going to be watching. If you have any questions for him, he said to let you know that he will be available on Facebook with any questions. So this is your rainbow bundle. This is your rainbow option, your colourway, which is, I mean, it's huge. Finished, this is going to be 57 inches square. Each block is 12 inches unfinished, and it is just incredible, isn't it? It's a real good skill builder. Maybe you've never made a massive quilt before. This is going to be something that you can get involved in, join the community, learn something new, have a beautiful finished result at the end. If you are tuning in maybe for the first time and you've not seen blocks 1 to 10, don't worry, you haven't missed out. We can still offer you all blocks that are available in both colourways. And you get to choose your background colour as well. So this one's obviously got a white background colour. Delphine is going to be working with the white background colour as well, but you can choose whatever colour you want. There's block 1 to 10. You can see them all numbered. So that's your rainbow. The blossom is gorgeous. Do you have a favourite? This reminds me of Liberty Prince. So pretty, so pretty. And just to be able to have the panels as well, it would be quite expensive, I think, if you were buying each individual fabric by the half metre. Because we've done these pre-printed panels for you, which I'll introduce in a bit. It makes it so much more cost effective for you. And you get to learn there's a Dresden in there, you've got some applique in here, you've got some lovely simple blocks, but then you've got quartile steps and traditional blocks, but then some really unique ones. They're amazing. So we are going to be continuing with block 9 and block 10 with gorgeous Delphine. So if you've got any questions for her, please do get them in the usual way. Don't go anywhere though, because we are going to be starting the hour in just a few minutes. We'll see you after this.
Did you know that if you shop with Sewing Street, you're only going to pay one lot of postage all day? That's one payment of £3.95, no matter what you're buying. And you can check out as many times as you like without having to pay another delivery charge. So shop online at www.sewingstreet.com, or you can order via our call centre, which is 0800 001 4433.
That's a seam ripper. My favourite piece of kit with the sewing is the seam ripper. Hello, I'm Janice from Birmingham. I specialise in dressmaking. I used to run a children's shop and I love making children's clothes. My mother encouraged me to sew from an early age. When we were young, we did dressmaking in school. My claim to fame was the sewing quarter But I'm now making also jumpsuits for ladies and men of all shapes and sizes, and it seems to be going for the festivals around the country. See you on the show!
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the watch live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello, I'm Kerry from Living in Loveliness and I'm delighted to be part of the Sewing Street team. I'm based in Wolverhampton and I absolutely love working with fabulous fabrics. In particular, I love working with fat quarters and showing you how to get the most from your scraps. I love bringing communities of sewists together and encouraging people to sew for greater causes. Most recently, we have been sewing for our NHS and key workers. I look forward to bringing you hints, tips and techniques. I'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw, and as a professional sewer, I really know how important it is to use a high quality thread. Well, you think about it. You spend a lot of money on your sewing machine, you'll spend a lot of money on fabric, and you'll spend a lot of time sewing. So why let your thread let you down? I know a lot of our designers and customers prefer to use Aurifil thread. Now this is a family business. It was established in 1983 and they're based just outside Milan in Italy. They produce superior quality threads for domestic and professional sewers alike, and they've achieved worldwide success with quilters, sewers, embroiderers and textile artists who all appreciate the versatility and the strength of these threads. It's all made from Egyptian cotton, which is grown just at the side of the River Nile, and Aurifil only use the long staple threads, which gives their thread that strength. Each one of these threads goes through 15 steps before it even gets onto a spool and then comes to you to use in your sewing projects. Now at Sewing Street, we've collaborated with Aurifil and we've brought you two collections of threads. So we have the quilters collection, and these are exclusive to Sewing Street. We've done a lot of research with quilters and these are the colours that you prefer to use. So we put a whole collection together for you. The second collection is the essential collection. So this is for the homemakers, for the bag makers, for the craft sewers, for the dressmakers, and again these have been proven to be the most popular colours that you're going to use. So if you want your projects to last longer and your seams to be stronger, invest in some quality thread.
Welcome back, and it's block of the week. John Cole Morgan obviously is normally here. It's my first time I've ever done the block of the week, which is exciting. John, I know, is sending his love, by the way. He is watching from home and he is there on Facebook. I spoke to him yesterday and he said that he'll be there. Big hello from us all here to John, who is, I know, at home. He needs to come and see his new studio. We're so excited when he sees it. But I know that he's at home answering all your questions as well, if you do have any questions for him. But today we've got Delphine who's going to be demonstrating it. So don't worry, you're not just stuck with me. Delphine is going to be showing you all of the blocks, well, the two blocks that we're going to be looking at today. So if you do have any questions for her, I'm sure that we'll be able to answer them on air. Now, as I say, we've got 2 different blocks, 2 colourways. I did explain just before the break, but for anybody who's just tuning in, especially for Block of the Week, there's been a bit of a kerfuffle, bit of a mix-up with the titles on the website. So we've obviously got the Rainbow and we've got Blossom. The way you can obviously see the difference is the Blossom is the sort of more pastel shades with the floral prints, and the Rainbow is those bolder colours with the different sort of notions, like the stars and the squares and bits and bobs like that on it. Now on the website, it's been fixed. There you go. I don't even need to explain to you now. It's been fixed. So sorry about that in the last hour if you were trying to check out. I think the pictures or the words were the wrong way around. But it's all been fixed now. So you'll be able to check out on exactly the block that you want. So shall we start with block 9? Block 9 of 16, by the way. There's 16 blocks. So block 9 looks like this. I just think this is a really great way of building your skills, building your confidence as a quilter. It's quite daunting when you first start out in the world of patchwork and quilting. And to be able to put together a big quilt over, 16 weeks, I think is so exciting. And to do it also with the community. So there's lots of people who are also in the same boat as you, whether you be an experienced quilter and you just want to do a bit of a slow sew and, week by week each block, or whether you've never done it before. If you've just started out in patchwork, this is a really great way of having something that you can be really, really proud of at the end of a big quilt. It's a 57-inch quilt at the end of it. All of your instructions, which I'll go through with Delphine, are in here, so you get all of your cutting instructions. You have everything that you need to know, all written by John Cole Morgan, exclusive to Sewing Street. For £7.99. Now, with that, you also get, which one are we doing first? The Blossom. So with that, you are also getting this one, which is beautiful, isn't it? So this is I think this is just a really cost-effective way of doing it, because obviously it's exclusive to us, and we're really lucky enough to be able to have the facility to design and make our own fabrics. Worked obviously very closely with John Cole Morgan to be able to bring to you these beautiful, beautiful prints. Is it me, or does this give you a really beautiful Liberty-esque vibe? They are so pretty, pastel shades that are all going to work together really well. They've done the hard work for you of putting together different scales of print. So you've got the larger scale, you've got all different colours that complement each other beautifully. Now, Jo, can I just very, very quickly show this a bit closer? Just because what I love about it as well is that they are all numbered very, very clearly. So on here, you've got block 8, fabric 8, fabric 9, fabric 2, and fabric 6. So it's all labelled at the top there, which will basically correlate with the key that you get in your instructions, and you get plenty of fabric there, so you've got a bit of wiggle room as well. If we're beginning, then we need a bit more fabric, so you do get some wiggle room in it as well. So that's block 9 of 16 in the Blossom. And then we've also got the Rainbow bundle, which includes your instructions. Of course, you can watch back on YouTube. Once you've got your block home, you'll be able to watch back and sew along. Block 9 is this one. What's that, sorry? What do you mean? Oh, Jo edits all the videos for everybody so that then you can watch it back. How does everybody watch it back on YouTube then? So you can watch it back on YouTube. There is a playlist dedicated to all of the block of the week. So if you do want to watch it back when you get them home, absolutely not a problem. So that's the colourways. Again, they're all very clearly labelled. Fabric 8, fabric 9, fabric 2 and fabric 6 are the ones that you need for this one. Just $7.99, and they will correspond with the key in the instructions. We've then, should we do block 10 now, or are we going to do block 9 with Delphine? I'll introduce it because I know a lot of people who are wanting to check out, so then they can just enjoy the demonstration. Now block 10 looks like this. This looks exciting, doesn't it? To catch you saying, it looks like a speaker with sound coming out of it. Oh, I love it. It looks to me like I don't know how to describe it. a Roman plant. Yeah, I was thinking like some sort of big opulent plant pot that's just offset slightly. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So you get your instructions, $7.99 plus the Blossom one are we on. The Blossom Block 10 is this one. Oh gosh, I do love these. We've, of course, taken on your feedback as well from the last time we did the block of the week, and made some tweaks to this one. So you've got, as I say, just a bit more than what you would need in terms of fabric, and laid it out slightly differently. You're getting such clear instructions, and you're going to have Delphine today going through both of the blocks for £7.99. And the detail is beautiful. All of these prints are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. Let me move this across so you can see a bit clearer. All different sizes, but they are going to be, of course, exactly what you need. The lovely pink, you've got the yellow, the purple with the ditzy print, and if I shimmy it across, blues and pinks, and these are the exact fabrics that you're going to need that will correspond with the key in your instructions. And then block 10 in your rainbow. It is busy, 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 by the way. I know so many people who had already checked out prior to the show. A lot of people very excited to get their block of the week fix. Let's do block 10 in rainbow. Your exclusive panel. I love the name of this quilt as well. You're moving on up quilt. Just £7.99. Yeah, I like the fact that we've done, maybe you took part in the other block of the week, the one previous, the sort of welcome block of the week quilt. And now it's right, we're moving on up with different skills now. Got our confidence. Even if you are a beginner and you didn't take part in the last block of the week, I really encourage everybody to have a go. If you are brand new to quilting, maybe you've done a bit of sewing but you've never tried quilting before, it's a good one to do because you've got so much help online. There's a great online presence, obviously. There's loads of playlists of videos. There's a huge community of everybody, loads of people who get involved in it. So you can ask questions on Facebook all the time if you have any problems. So they're the block 10. Now, of course, it's up to you to pick what background you want. So on the rainbow, we've got a white background. On the blossom, we've got the cream. But it will look completely different if you do it with a black background as well. So as I said before, we took on your feedback from the last time we did it and have made some tweaks. So you can choose your background colour. So, I mean, we've got 3 different colours here. By the half metre, John was telling me you need 2.5 metres for the whole of the quilt. That'll be enough. If you want to do it block by block, then that's why we're selling it by the half metre. You just can get half a metre of it today. It's £3.49, but just a reminder really that there are so many solids in different colours on the website that you can mix in to use as your background. £3.49 half metre. If you do want to grab it all now, I know some people have already done so and made sure they've got all of the background for the whole of the quilt. It's 2.5 metres. The cream, which would look beautiful with either. I think it is perfect with the blossom. I think it's perfect with blossom because it does just soften. It's not as stark as white, it's just a bit softer, which goes perfectly with those lovely ditzy floral prints. Half a metre, £3.49 if you just want to do the block sort of as you go. Or if you do want to make the most of it, remember it will be cut off the bolt, so you'll need 2.5 metres for the whole quilt. And then the white, remember all of these are on the website all the time. Whenever we bring these on air, they sort of sell like hotcakes because I think everybody remembers that they might need some more white in their stash. It's always really useful to have. That's only £3.49 half metre, 100% cotton. And remember 2.5 metres, which is 5 units. So you can buy block 1 to 10. If it's your first time watching block of the week, you can still get block 1 to 10. Blossom first. I think you've got a picture, Joe, to show all of the different blocks that you're going to be able to make, block 1 to 10. So that's including the 2 new blocks that we're going to be adding. You get all of the instructions and all of your panels, everything that you need. And how much is that, Kat, out of curiosity? There you go, it's £79.90. So just so you know, that's a different colourway than the one that you've got on screen. that's just to show you the blocks that you'll be making, but it's in the blossom colourway, remember. Maybe if you just want to make a few of the blocks to make cushions out of them, have you got an option for that as well then, Kat? So you can buy them individually still on the website. So on the website, they're all individually, but if you do want to buy block 1 to 10, you can do that also. The rainbow option, block 1 to 10, all of the blocks there that you can see on your screen, is £79.90, and that includes your instructions as well. So all of your panels, all of your instructions, and that's for the one that you can see on the screen, the same colourway. But as I say, block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 are all now on the website individually as well, in case you just want to pick out a few of them to have a bit of practice or use them for the front of cushions. Scroll down on the website, they are all there. Brilliant. Delphine, Delphine. I can't help but sing that still every time. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How
Double
are you?
dose of Delphine. How lucky are we this week?
I'm good. I'm tired.
I know, I was going to say, 2 early starts.
Yeah, 2 early starts, but yeah, it's fine. I love being here. I'll be here all the time. I love it. Really enjoy it.
We love having you here.
Thank
We
you.
love having. What do you think to the new home?
Oh, the people at home, I've got no idea how amazing, how big it is. Like, how many of you in the studio could be getting put in here?
Oh, it's crazy,
Loads.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It's so lovely. It feels just so nice to
Oh,
finally
it's
have our own
proper.
space.
Yeah.
It is. It feels
Yeah.
very real
Yeah.
now, doesn't it?
It
Before
does
we were
feel
just-
real.
Yeah. So just before we start this block
Yep.
of the week, I just want to quickly mention your needle felting show that's coming up at
Okay,
11.
yeah,
Are we
yeah.
going to be able to get any more of these autumn woods?
Yeah, we'll speak to the boss.
Okay,
Yeah,
hopefully,
yeah.
because they've already sold out.
Amazing.
The last sale of summer as well is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
stunning.
That's even though there are 2 different seasons, so I wanted to go into autumn. So obviously I think it's going to be really nice weather, isn't it, next week? So that was why I thought the last bit of summer, let's enjoy it. So that's why I designed that one. And then obviously autumn is coming. The trees are already changing, aren't they? So
so they're coming up at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, do be there. So, block of the week.
Block of the week.
I know you've been
Yeah.
having lots of sort of conversations with John as well.
Yeah,
haven't you?
John's been absolutely fantastic. He's given me lots of tips,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I'm hopefully I'll make him proud, and
Brilliant,
hopefully
yeah.
I'll make all the viewers proud as well, and hopefully you can follow me nice and easily.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with block 9.
Yes, okay, so we've got lots to do. We're busy, so strap in people, we've got a lot to do. So if you have a look at the back of the instructions, which Vicky's got, so there is a key at the very back page. So as you can see on the panel, you're not going to be using every colour for different blocks. So there is a key there, so those that have been doing it you know, the whole block 10, that will know about that. Those that are doing it for the first time, so you have got that step-by-step key. So what I would do, there's 2 different ways to do it when you're doing your cutting. You can cut out the little numbers on the top of the panel, and then you can just pin those next to the instructions of your cutting sheet, which is, I think, is page 2.
I will show you that now. So there's your cutting guides as well.
Yeah, so that's your cutting guide. So if you cut out the little tabs on the top of the panels, I've got her doing lots of work. Sorry, she's
There you
busy.
go.
She's busy. And so yeah, she is. She does it so well, doesn't she? So and then you just cut those out and then just put those to remind you about what you're cutting, or you can just circle the colours. That's what So there's lots of different ways. We've all got our own little way of doing it, but that's my little tip for that. And John's tip. It was one of John's as well.
Fab.
Okay, so I'm actually going to do this one in the rainbow. Okay, so take your time cutting everything out, you know, make yourself a cup of tea and read the instructions completely before you actually cut anything out. Always read. It's like, I think even on my advert, on my preview, it always says measure twice, cut once. And that,
a lot of people have taken your advice. The amount of guest designers who have come in and said, Delphine's advice, measure twice, cut once.
It's a shame I can't always take my own advice though, we all make mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to just show you the first 4 blocks. So as you can see, I'm just going to show you this finished one. So I haven't got the paper in front of me.
So you finished blocks 12.5 inches, is that right?
Yes, it is, yeah. So this one, so that's what we're going to be making today. So you've got your instructions as a guide for your fabric placement. So we'll do those. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. I am just going to grab a few little bits and pieces. So I've already cut out for the first, sorry, I've got a bit of a stray thread there. So I'm just going to sew the first top left square. Sorry, you had my head then, sorry. How are my roots
Your room
doing?
is great.
They're not bad, are they? Okay, so to do that, so always have all your pieces all laid out. And then if you've just got a nice tidy space, you're not going to make mistakes because you don't want to end up unpicking it all. Luckily, there's the squares aren't on the bias, but obviously the triangles are. So when it comes to unpicking, you could stretch it. So always double check, so lay out all your pieces first. So to do this block, I'll put one right sides together, line them all up, and I'm going to take it to the machine. What I do like to do, I do like to chain piece. So if you feel confident, then you just line them all up and then line them all up in the machine and then go through in the uniform order. Okay, so
do you think this is something that someone who is new to patchwork
absolutely
could pick up?
100%. So if you think about how expensive courses are, so when you go to you know, your local sewing centre or they're really expensive. So years ago when I started doing quilting, I was looking at doing a couple of courses, but they were just so expensive.
Yeah.
But to do this, and it's breaking it down in those little chunks, and you know, it starts off with the easier block and eventually you're going to be going on to a plique, you've done Dresden plates. So to be able to finish a course, go in a Dresden plate, done it. You know, it's a real skill builder.
Brilliant.
And a lot cheaper than you would if you was paying for a course.
Yeah, and I thought that with the panel actually, it's great value for money because I know the way that John and the team have sort of designed this is that you get plenty of fabric there, don't you? But everything that you need without overbuying too much. Normally, if you buy by the half metre, it would add up, wouldn't it?
That's right, and also, like you say, because there is going to be enough left over. So if you do make a mistake, especially like I said on anything like one of the triangles, then it doesn't really matter. You can just go back and cut out another one. So I'm just can't talk this morning. I've had too much coffee. Okay, so I'm just going to trim those little threads off, and I will give them a press. Now, whenever you're doing a small block like this, when you're dealing with small pieces, if you have got a bit of starch or we've got some of this today, the best and press, use that, and that will just stop everything from stretching and moving around.
Ah, brilliant.
So, don't think you've got this in stock, but I'm going to use it anyway.
We're waiting. Every time that it comes into stock, it seems to disappear, especially the one that you've got there, the lavender smell. It's beautiful, very relaxing.
Yeah, need some relaxing on a Friday morning.
Oh, we have got some best press.
Oh, you
it's
have?
Linen. It's linen flavour, which again is really nice. It smells like you've done all of your washing.
All that does smell nice. We need a smell sensor, don't we?
Oh yeah, press your green button now and you'll be able to do smell-o-vision.
Well, we had chocolate fabric yesterday and we've got lovely lavender smells
I
this
heard
morning.
about this. So did it actually smell of chocolate?
Oh yeah. So I Googled it and it's natural range.
Oh my word, amazing.
Yeah, really chocolatey. It's really nice. Okay, so I'm just giving
So you're pressing the seams open here?
I'm pressing the seams open. If I'm sewing larger pieces, I tend to only press to the one side, usually the dark side, always press to the dark side. But when I sew with smaller pieces, I always sew them open, only because I find it easier to nestle the seams. And of course, if you've got chunky or thicker fabrics, then I always sew the seams, press the seams open. But it's each to their own, isn't it? Everyone's
This is a
got
good
their
way of practicing those, matching those points.
Oh yeah, you'll be a pro by the end of the block 16. So just going to make sure that they're opposite sides, and then you flip them over, and then you just have a little peek. Make sure you line up those seams. If you are a pinner, that's where I'd put a pin in there now. I'm not a big pinner, and I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm just going to sew along that one.
Best press, it seems to behave itself, doesn't it?
It does. It just helps keep everything in place.
Would we be able to just move the best press, please? Sorry.
Oh.
It's just...
Sorry.
Thank you.
Right in line with me, my hands there. Okay, and there we are. So that's your square. So I'm just going to give that a little press, and then we'll start constructing our block. So you've got to do 5 of those. You'll have the top, all the corners, and the centre. So you'll do that the 5 times. So I'm just going to do it the once today, because if you have been doing it for the last 10 weeks, you would have done this a few times anyway. And of course, if you are new, you have got all those YouTube tutorials of John's to look back on as well. So, and there you are, your simple patchwork square.
So that goes, you say, in the top corner. You have two
Top
of those,
corners,
don't you?
so yeah, they're opposite sides. So ones that I made earlier, here we are. So this is where you're going to start. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, I've got very good, well, I say actually I've got very good at them over lockdown. I've tried to get good at them. Joe, when I started to get a bit confident with it, Joe then lent me a VW camper van one, which was all black and white and it was huge. How many pieces was it, Joe? 1,000 pieces, but it was really difficult. I did say that I finished it. I didn't. I did give up.
Did you glue it all and keep it as a picture, or did you take it all apart?
You've taken it apart, haven't you now? Oh. I think you'd have been fuming if I glued it all together, wouldn't you?
So to construct the square, so I'm just going to open these out a little bit so you can see how it all goes together. And so whenever I do a patchwork block, again, everyone's got their own little preference of how they put them together. I'll show you how to do the triangle in a moment. But I tend to do it in lines.
Okay.
So I will do that section, I will do this section, that way around, then that one, and then that one. So that's how we're going to put it together today. So for the triangle, so this is where you need to be quite careful because obviously with the triangles they have been cut on the bias, so they're going to stretch. So again, give them a bit of starch or a best and press, or if you've got it. If you haven't, it doesn't really matter, but it does help to stop it from moving around.
So those triangles are cut from your background fabric, aren't they?
Yes.
Which
So
you can choose your colour, which is good, isn't it?
In fact, I saw there's people that have been putting on the Facebook page. Some people have been using different colours out of their stash as well, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, right sides together. I'm just going to take that to the machine first. So you always do one first and then press it, and then you'll do the other one. So we'll quickly do that.
Do you start right on the end of them? Because sometimes my sewing machine can chew up when
I've got a little tip for that. I've got a little tip.
Oh, fab.
Yeah. You beat me to it. I was going to do that on block 10.
You? Oh, okay. We'll wait till block 10. But yeah, I've got a tip that if it starts to chew a bit on a point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it behaves itself like that. It's done
It
absolutely
has
fine.
today, but like you say, it doesn't always, does it? But I have got a little tip for that one. So I'll give that just a very quick press because you want that to be nice and flat.
So when you're working with bias edges, when you say to be careful, is it just about handling it or
handling it and pressing it as well.
Okay.
So obviously we say press, iron. When you're doing the press, you just want to try and keep it still. You don't want to be moving it around because it can stretch it.
Right.
Or when you're handling it, if you're forcing it through the machine or if you're pulling it, it can lose its shape. So just be careful. Just be gentle with it.
Do you think best press helps with that?
Definitely. And starch. And so the best press, that's lovely. It smells nicer than starch. When I was in the RAF, we're going back nearly 20 years, when I did my basic training, we had to use starch on all of our uniform.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And so it had to be the seams, had to be that sharp, you could cut your finger on and make a bed that you can bounce a coin off. But it was good discipline, but I'll never forget that smell.
Of
but
starch.
that's lovely.
So now,
it's like
the
an air
lavender
freshener.
and vanilla you prefer, or the linen we've got as well in stock.
They didn't have that in basic training, I know. Vanilla, do you say?
That was lavender and vanilla, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it says lavender vanilla.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So 1/4 of an inch seam.
1/4 of an inch seam, a scanned 1/4 inch seam.
What does that mean?
So, when we sew with a 1/4 inch seam, obviously it's only a very small space, isn't it? It's only a really, really small bit. And if you've got to take into account your thread. So if you sew an exact 1/4 inch seam, when you open it out, it can be a little bit smaller because you haven't taken account for your thread. So when we use the sewing cotton, they are quite thin, but if you're using a thicker thread, it could put your seams out.
Okay.
So lots of different ways to get around that. You can, if you've got a laser guide on your machine, you can set that to your 1/4 inch. You could also draw a line. I think we went through a little bit on that on yesterday's show actually with Rebecca, and you can draw a line as well. That's what I used to do when I first started quilting, just to make sure it was really accurate.
good idea.
Whereas now I just hope for the best.
As long as they're all consistent, I suppose.
Yeah,
isn't it?
just be consistent. Just be consistent with your stitching. But even then, things still move about and shift about, don't they?
Yeah.
There we are. So that's what I mean about, I didn't sew that little bit. There we go, pulled it out, that's fine. So again, I'm going to sew, because I'm using the white fabric, I will press to the dark side on that one. And you'll cut off any of the little dog ears, so trim it all down. All right, so let's put the block together. So I'm just going to cut these little dog ears off. You don't need those, they just get in the way. There we go. So I'll cover that up in a sec. Right then, so make sure it's all the correct orientation, and then what we're going to do, we're going to sew each section together. So first of all, I'm going to flip that one on top of there, take that to the machine. This is where I'm going to be quite quick now.
We're ready for you.
You're ready. There'll be steam coming off this machine by the time I finish.
It's good to lay it all out like that though, isn't it? So you can see that you're happy.
It just makes it
wherever it goes.
effortless, especially if you're doing it of an evening, you're tired, you've had a long day, but you still want to get on and do a bit of sewing. It's very easy to make mistakes. So it's all in the planning, isn't it? It's all in the planning. So that is section number 1. I'll just give them a press at the end. So to do the centre section, you'll have your 2 rectangles here. Again, you'll take those right sides together.
It is, like you say, just breaking it down like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't need to see it as all lots of different points that can be quite daunting. You literally take it row by row.
That's it. I think we're very easy to overcomplicate things, but if you just pull things apart, take a step back, you know, do it in chunks, and it's more achievable, isn't it? So this will come together really quick. Like you say, I quite like the idea of using this one as a cushion as well. That's quite nice.
Yeah, so we can remember you can get any of these blocks individually as well. So if there is a block that you particularly like, even if you're doing the whole quilt, if there's one that you particularly like and you're thinking, actually, do you know what, I'm going to do that as an accent cushion or on a bag or something. $7.99 for your panel.
It's really good, isn't it?
It is really good,
Yeah.
and your instructions. And then if you just add half a metre of fabric, they're only $3.49 half metre. So it's like you say, actually, when you do break it down, it's brilliant value.
It's a bargain, absolute bargain. And also, like you say, it's a course, isn't it? It's a step-by-step course.
Yeah.
So there we go, just trim those little threads off there. So I'll give those a press in a minute, and then again, I'm just going to double check that all the lines are going the correct way. And take it over. Yeah, when you're saying about using it as a cushion, if you're going to be doing the full quilt and you're actually going to have it on your bed, pick maybe your favourite block, which I think this one works really nice as a cushion, and buy an extra 2 so you've got the 2 cushions.
That's a good idea. Oh, please send in your photographs or put them onto the Facebook fan page of how far you are along. Even if obviously you're not finished yet, it's good to see everyone's journey along, and to ask questions as well. The great thing about the whole Sewing Street community is that everyone's so willing to help, aren't they?
Oh, I can. Oh, no.
Oh no! Bobbin gone.
Right then, there we go.
Have we got a new bobbin?
Oh, I've committed. I've committed now.
Don't forget, if you would like the Blossom bundle, remember you get the whole hog. You get for your Blossom bundle. Which one are you showing, Kat? Just Blossom on its own. And what block? Number 9. Number 9 is this one. So you get your Blossom panel, plus you then get your instructions, £7.99, which is absolutely incredible, isn't it? So you get your Blossom panel plus instructions for £7.99. The one that Delphine's working with is the rainbow, where you're getting, once again, your panel and your instructions for £7.99. They are exclusive to us, which is brilliant. And remember, John is on hand on Facebook if there's any questions that you have for him whatsoever. Or get them in and we'll answer them on air today with Delphine. Just £7.99. So if you do just want those blocks, as we say, on your own for cushions, or if you've already got all of your other blocks, as I know so many of you have, that's a great way of making the most of it. The block 10s we're going to be doing also this hour. Since we've been in the studio, the hours are going so fast, aren't they? It's going really quick.
Really quick. I've already
Yesterday's
just looked at the clock. I'm like,
well.
There we go. So it was like it never happened. What was that about me saying
thank
about
you.
planning? All in the planning? And I can't blame anyone but myself, because I was playing with this machine earlier on outside, and one of the little notes I thought to myself is make sure you check your bobbin, and no.
Quick to rectify anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, so I'm just going to get the ironing board out just so I can press those nice and flat, and then that way we can put...
It's important, isn't it? I think when I first started my first few patchwork classes, I thought, gosh, surely I can carry on and then press at the end. But if you press as you go, it makes it all...
Makes it so much easier. Makes it lie, when you match the seams together, if you need to have them lying flat, really, especially to get that accuracy. So if you need an ironing board as much as you need a sewing machine.
So it's good to sort of set up your station, isn't it? With
Yeah.
your sewing machine and your pressing mat and your cutting, and like you say, get yourself organised. If you are, I quite often do all my cutting the day before or the night before, and like you say, read your instructions with a cup of tea, make sure you're happy with what you're doing, do all your cutting first. So again, are you pressing your seams open?
I'm pressing my seams open on these ones. Let's say these ones are quite small, so I will be pressing these ones open. I just find it easier that when you're working with smaller pieces of fabric, smaller blocks, it's just easier to line up your seams. But again, if I was doing it with a really large piece of fabric, I'll just press to the other side, the dark side, or whatever's got the pattern, whatever you can't see through.
Okay.
Yeah. That's that one, that's that one, here we are to this one. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, we'll get there, we'll get there.
We're fine, don't worry.
We're good, all is good.
We'll give plenty of time to do the demos. If we run over, it's fine.
There we are.
As long as we've got a full hour at 11 o'clock for your needle felting as well, we want to make sure that we don't, because at this hour we can run over, it's fine, but we can't with our 11 o'clock.
I've got
one,
loads of little things that I want to show you on that one as well, so I'm excited to do
Okay,
that.
we'll make sure that we're ready with the full hour.
And I like seeing other people's, what they've made on previous kits as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, send
in your pictures. Let me see. Okay, so that one. So to the centre block, I'm now going to put these two. So as you can see on the overhead, you want to make sure that they're going in the correct line. So just have a look at your diagrams or have a look at the pictures on the front of your instructions. Double check before you sew, okay? So this is where you've got those two seams to line up. Again, this is where you could pin or put in a little clip. And there we are. So line them up. In we go. It's beeping at me. So as you go along, just before you go over that point, you can just double check. And then again, line up the fabric as you go. This is handy if you have got the option on your machine to have the needle down option.
Because you can stop, can't you? I think when you first start sewing, you just think, right, I can't stop, I can't stop. You are in control of that.
Yeah, you're in control, you're the boss. There we are. So I'm going to open that one. Oh, lovely. Okie doke. Now
Are you pleased with them?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
It's satisfying, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah. But it's when it's completely off, you just want to cry. And then you have to get your unpicker out.
It's not too many sort of stitches to unpick, especially if you've got that stitch remover, or if you just sit with the seam ripper. I mean, when it's in the full quilt, I don't think anybody's going to say those 2 points do not meet. So I don't think anyone's going to notice necessarily. But if you are one of those people that it will irritate you if it doesn't.
Yeah, or you just stick a bit of applique on it.
Yeah, good idea. Or a button.
Or a button, yeah. There we go. So obviously with this being the centre part of the block, this is where your eye will be drawn to, so this is the one that you want to get right.
Okay.
So, big reveal, I'm looking first.
Just check.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can show it on camera then.
Okay, so I'm just going to give that a press. There we are.
Open again?
Open again, sorry.
There's quite a lot of seams, aren't there here? So
There is, but again, try not to be too hasty and rush ahead. This is really important to get the finished, you want a polished look at the end. And, and trim off any of your little bits of threads as you go along. And there we go. There we are, so that's your centre. There we are.
Oh wow, look at how well they made.
There we go.
Very
So
nice.
now I'm just going to pop that to the one side.
And it doesn't take too long, does it, to just spend those extra couple of seconds checking that you're in the right place to get that result?
But it is worth it. So then obviously these ones, making sure that to get that star effect, your points are facing inwards.
Okay.
So again, right sides together.
Have you got any points to match on this?
No. No, so this one's quite quick to do this one. Foot down, and let's go for it.
Should your stitching go through a certain point that you know you've got your 1/4 inch, so you don't lose your point?
I
do you know
tend
what
to
I mean?
use the foot as well. So as long you could have it, as long as your foot's set up, I just follow the edge of the foot along the fabric, and that's how I do it. Everyone's got their own little ways of doing things, but yeah, and that way I tend to find that it's quite accurate. Sorry, I'm just trimming off me.
Threads as you go.
Yeah, and I'm just going to do the other one. It's a really lovely fabric to quilt with as well, isn't it?
Oh,
So,
nice. It is beautiful quality. I must say the prints as well are so pretty.
like you say, very Liberty. When you said that, I was like, yes, there was one of those prints, very, very Liberty on that blossom.
I love it. I absolutely love that blossom range. There's the rainbow and blossom, remember? I know that earlier on we had a bit of a kerfuffle with the names on the website, but they're fine now. It's all matching up, so don't worry.
Here we are, that's that. Oh, thought there was a different, what's it on it then? Okay, so that's the centre block there. So I'm now going to attach the top and the bottom. But first, press. I'm going to be up, I'm up and down.
I know,
up
yeah,
and down.
it's good squats, good for your legs.
It's good
isn't
for your
it?
legs. And you've promised you're going to come to one of my classes,
I am.
haven't you,
I'm
Vicky?
coming to your class, yeah. So you're back up and running with your body combat. Didn't
Yeah.
realise you do spin as well. I don't know whether I can promise I'll come to that. I've been to a spin class before, and yeah, it was so hard. I think
It's
halfway
supposed
through,
to be hard.
I know it is, but do you know you're supposed to still enjoy it? I know that they had, you know, you changed the tension on it.
Yeah.
And they were like, right, and now crank it up. And I was thinking, I'm putting it down. I'm not doing it. It was so difficult, but you do feel good afterwards.
It do, a good sweat.
But you're very fit. You're very good.
I don't know, not as trim as I was, but you know, fit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting you through your paces, Vicky.
Oh no, please don't pick on me. I'm going to stand at the back of the class.
No, I'm not one of those instructors. Some will actually get off the bike and turn your resistance off, but not me, no. And not only that, it's supposed to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything, you know, it's supposed to, spinning,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be fun.
Does anybody at home enjoy spinning? But it does, of course it does make you sweat, doesn't it? My word.
Yeah.
But I will definitely come to your body combat. That would be good.
Oh, that would be good. That'd be good fun. That's what got me into teaching years ago, was the body combat. And then, like you say, you can manipulate and line up these seams as you go along.
So still no pins?
No, but again, I've just, because I want to, you know, get through and show you as much
So
as
you
I
can
can.
at home
You can
feel more
pin,
comfortable.
yeah. If you really want that accuracy, and just take your time. Make sure your seams don't stick up as you go along. Flatten them down. We're nearly done on this one. So this is the longer one of the two. Now, as you can see there, I have missed it just ever so slightly. So if you do that, just unpick about an inch either side of that seam, reposition it, and then do it again.
I can't even see. I can't even see how that.
Only because I'm very critical of my own work. So you can't see that? Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
No.
Right, last bit.
I think everyone's sort of guilty of that, aren't they, a bit? Whenever, if I make something and bring it in, or if when Kat brought in a bag that she made, straight away said, oh, but I did this wrong, or this isn't quite right. And it's like, no, just say, thank you very much, yeah.
Just go, yep, I did that. So again, I'm just lining up as I go along. Like you were saying, don't be afraid to start and stop your machine. Or if you've got a machine where you can change the speed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just, you know, just turn it down and fold any of your what's its back. Oh, I think this one's going to be a good finish. And go. Oh, went over that one there. Sorry.
Inspecting first before we see it on the telly. How is it?
I'm going to press first.
Oh yeah.
And we'll do the big reveal at the end. Yeah, obviously cut off any of your scraggly bits. And open them out. Oh, it smells. Just got another whiff of that lavender. It's lovely.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? We're going to get the lavender and vanilla back in stock, but at the moment the linen one is, which again is equally as nice. It smells lovely and fresh.
There we go.
Some starch sprays though I find can almost come really flaking on your fabric,
Yeah,
whereas that
and
doesn't.
your ironing board. Yeah.
And I know it sounds silly, but it's got a really good fine mist spray, which doesn't drench your fabric.
No, again, that's what starch can do. Starch makes it clumpy.
Oh, that does look nice. And I know that so all of the colours are sort of thought about already for you, aren't they? So you've obviously got your key, and there's specific colours that are put into each block for a reason. They just work together so nicely.
Yeah, it's very cleverly done. Like say, your eye's drawn to that stripe, which is going to go across the when you put all the blocks together. I like how one block goes into the next.
Yeah.
Very cleverly designed. Ta-da! There we go.
Amazing.
Block 9 in
Now,
rainbow.
do you need to trim that at this point to make sure
I wouldn't. You can do. I wouldn't. I'll just wait until I've done them all.
Yeah.
It depends how fussy you are.
I suppose it depends on what size they all come out at. You might need to trim them a bit more. So,
That's one I made earlier.
Amazing. So that's in the other colourway as well.
That's in the
so
other
you can
colourway.
see it in the blossom. I love the blue running through.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
And again, I did this as a demo that if you were going to do it as a cushion, I'll just put a little border all the way around and then do an envelope back or a little zip, and then there's your cushion all ready to go.
So how much background fabric would I need if I just want to do a cushion? Do you think half a metre?
Half a metre.
Half a metre's enough?
Yeah, no more than that.
Brilliant. So if you want to do any of these as cushion, you just get a
That's
panel.
lovely. That would make a lovely cushion.
It would, absolutely.
There we go.
Especially in the blossom.
Yeah, so
Does
pretty.
look really pretty.
With Liberty, yeah.
Brilliant. So
Right, block
we're now
9.
up to block
Done.
number 10,
Right.
which looks like this. I know Kat was saying that this one looks like the speaker, doesn't it? It's really cool. Once again, you get all of your instructions. You get your cutting instructions. You get your step by step. You also get your colour key. Plus, you'll get whatever panel you want in each colourway. So whether it be in Blossom, which is the graphics that are going to be live in a second, or your rainbow. So your Blossom looks like, if I can open it up, looks like this. So, so pretty. Don't worry that they're all, I mean, because I thought, hang on, this says I've got 7, 5, 4, 3 and 8. They're not in order. But no, it all works. It all comes together, and that's coordinating with the key in your instructions. So they'll all work really, really well. So that's your Blossom. And then the rainbow one is this one. So you have plenty of fabric here, don't you, Delphine?
Yes, definitely.
You get a bit of wiggle room.
Yes, yeah. So if you do feel like you've cut a square or a triangle and you're not quite happy with, like, especially if you're doing using the print as a directional. So say if you're a bit off on your cutting, there will be enough to you to tidy it up and do another one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get your instructions and your panel for £7.99. Brilliant. Over to
Right,
you.
block 10. Okay, so I have had a little bit of a head start on the triangles. So I'm just going to show you how to actually do these triangles in a minute with a little tip of how to stop them from getting stuck in your machine.
Fab.
Right, so imagine I've cut all those out, and so I need to finish off this pattern here. So I need to do this triangle that's missing here. So let's go on and do that. So you've already pre-cut all your pieces, all to the instructions. You'll have your background fabric right sides facing onto your purple piece. And I've also got a blue one as well. I need that one.
So this block is basically made up of mainly half square triangles,
Yep.
full squares and rectangles.
Easy.
Brilliant.
But it looks really effective.
It looks so effective, but there's no
Yeah.
sort of complicated...
I think it looks like a vase of flowers.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do like
Yeah.
that.
So
Beautiful.
if you have your, when you go to the machine and you put the little point in the machine, as we were saying earlier, it can get stuck in the feed dogs and you're yanking on it, you're pulling on it, it's all stretched, you need to throw it away and start again. A little tip, if you just get a square piece of an offcut square or anything that's not got a tip on it like a triangle, start off your chain piece in with one of these.
Okay.
And what that does, it will start the chain, so it will stop anything getting eaten in the feed dogs.
So your machine doesn't like just sewing on nothing, basically?
Yeah,
or,
but if you've already started it, it will do it.
Oh, she says.
It
will. 550.
You will. You will.
You tell it.
Okay, so to demo that, here we go. So I've already just got like an offcut piece there.
I think I've known a lady that calls this a donkey. A leader or follower or a donkey, apparently.
I thought it was a sheep.
Or a sheep, okay.
What's the saying? Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Yeah. But she calls that a donkey.
Not the machine.
Oh,
the
oh, I'm with
technique.
you now.
The donkey, yeah, as in a leader or follower.
Right, okay. So you see how it did that without any problem at all.
Oh, nice.
So if I've taught you anything today, hopefully that's a nice little
Oh,
tip.
because I thought it was a problem with my bobbin, I thought it was a problem with tension or machine. And
No, sometimes it just doesn't like it, but just by starting it off with just an offcut, or if you were doing another project at the same time where you just got to sew lots of little squares together, just doing that, and then once you've sewn that little piece with the square, you can put it to your side and then put that in your UFO,
yeah?
and then you can just keep sewing them all together.
Oh, good idea.
Good way to work to use your bits of your stash as well.
Oh yeah, we don't like throwing anything away, do
No,
we?
don't like
Keep it
waste.
all.
So again, the iron's coming back out. There we go. And give these a press. These I'm going to sew to the dark side only because I am sew to the dark side, press to the dark side
Okay.
only because I'm working with the white fabric, so I don't want it to show up. And again, be very gentle with the pressing here. So press, not iron it, because if you don't want to push it around, you don't want to stretch it.
Ah, we've got bias edges again.
Yeah. So I'll just straighten that one out. Taking your time with your iron, and again, you know, do it as a process. You'll do all your cutting first, and then I'll do all my chain piecing, and then I'll do all my pressing, then I'll do all my trimming, and then I'll put it all together.
I just feel that it doesn't feel as daunting when you're doing a 57-inch quilt.
Yeah.
It's like, where on earth
That's
to start? It feels like
huge project,
Yeah,
yeah.
whereas this, I can spend all week, you know, when I get it home, just doing it at my leisure.
Like I say, it's an achievable. Everyone can do this.
Yeah.
Anyone, no matter if you're new to sewing or been doing it for years.
Oh, because if you've been doing it for years, I'd be starting to think about different quilting options on this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and different, you know, free motion quilting.
Yeah.
And as you know, I like a bit of free motion.
yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to orientate again, have everything laid out, especially in this block, because even I was going, So have it all laid out. So I'm now going to sew this line together. First of all, I'll sew the squares, and I'll sew these together in a chain piece, and then I'll sew the whole thing together. So I want to stop talking and get sewing. Straight to the machine, here we are.
I find sometimes it's good to take a photograph of when you've laid it out, because I struggle to see it sometimes, thinking, right, there's something not quite right. Obviously you've got your picture, which helps on the front of your instructions, but yeah, if you take a picture of it, you can spot which one's wrong straight away, better than with your eye, and I don't know why that is, but that's what I find.
And another little trick, because you've got, well, one of your squares, the white square, is already cut to the finished size of your half square triangles, so you can just pop that on top to make sure that you've cut it the right way.
Oh, fab.
Oh, I've missed my placement now. There we are. There we go. There we go.
Does chain piecing save you thread? What's
Yeah,
the
it saves
benefit
thread,
of chain
saves
piecing?
time.
Okay.
And especially it stops you having to keep putting your foot up and down and moving your feed dogs. It's just a time saver.
Okay.
And it's good to keep the momentum going as well, of you know, to keep the stitch length. You know, 'cause you can easily shift things around, or the way you move, the way you're sitting at the machine. So if you're just there, go, you know, just having
you're
that
probably going to
momentum.
get consistency in your
Yeah,
seam
that's
as
the
well,
word
aren't
I
you?
was looking for. Consistency. There we go. Back to the iron. Oh, I'll tell you what. Got a lot of
How you
squats
feeling? Yeah. Don't need to go and do a body combat class or a spin after this.
Oh, not today. Not today.
No,
Yeah,
two
just the-
earlies in a row is
Just the
quite
school run
lovely.
today. I've got to go and get my Charlie. Oh, I've got to say my Charlie. It's his first week back at school today, and he's got Star of the Week.
Oh, Charlie!
Yeah, my darling. And do you know what he got it for?
Go on.
For being really kind and friendly.
Oh.
Oh, my baby.
Did you have tears at the school?
Just so proud of this. Do you know what
When
I
he went
did?
back?
They didn't even look back. They
No.
ran in.
Oh, that's so lovely. I know there's been mixed emotions. Some of my friends who've got
Yeah.
children, they were saying, oh, I couldn't stop crying. It was just horrendous. And then someone like, I could not wait. I was like cheering at the school gate.
Yeah, it's good to have them back, to have that consistency.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be Star of the Week, not
Oh,
just be
bless
Star of
him.
the Week, but the first Star of the Week, but to get it for
The
that.
kindness, absolutely. What's a Charlie?
Yeah. So he wants to go to Hoorays for ice cream and to go to a jumping.
Oh, isn't that the lovely
his
fancy
treat.
ice cream shop in Stratford? There's always a queue outside. Have you been
There
there?
is.
If anybody's been to Stratford upon Avon before, you probably know the ice cream shop because there's always the biggest queue outside of it.
Awesome ice cream. It's in the main high street, isn't it?
Can you hear Kat, by the way?
Yeah, I can, yeah. Hi.
Thinking, this is really bizarre. You're answering her questions.
I could just
Yeah.
heard her then.
I wish we could see you, it's just see the gallery cam, because we can see Kat and Joe. Literally, we've got a big window now, a big gallery. We can see everybody. Oh, they're waving at me like creepy through the window.
So I'm now going to sew the bottom piece to the and let me just make sure that I've got my points matched up. So again, if you're at home, like I said, this bit here, I would just like to say is really accurate because I've taken my time, I've pinned it.
Did you pin at home?
Yeah. So I was really careful with that one to make sure that all the points matched up perfectly. So
Now tele sewing.
tele sewing's different. It's you've got to be quite forgiving. Yeah. So there we are. Let's move that thread out of the way. How are we doing for time?
How are we doing for
all
time,
right?
Joe? Well, we'll go until you need us to stop.
Oh. Nearly done. Nearly there. Open out your seams because you don't want it to be bulky, especially when you come to quilt it. You want that nice finish. I'm just worried about that bobbin. I'm like, did I make sure I put enough on?
There aren't many rows. Is there one more row to go after this?
Oh, yes, I thought it went then.
Oh
I
no.
could have cried. Do you know what? Before next time I'm on, I'm actually going to bring a load of my bobbins all ready to go.
It's a good idea to do that before you start a project, actually, isn't it? Wind all your bobbins, all of the same colour, ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, we've got something that you'll love then in the next day. I think we've got like a bobbin storage case thing, haven't we?
Oh, that's what I need.
Sorry, that wasn't a very good description. It's
A
the
storage
bobbin
case.
casey thing.
I don't know. I know what you mean. It was straight to the point. So again, a bit of press. So as you can see on the instructions for this block, so the square that I've done, think of it as just doing the centre square, and then you're going to border on two sides.
So there's your border.
Yeah.
So there's your centre square.
See, we're on the same page.
We
Vicky.
are. I'm
You know,
listening
you
to
know what I
you.
mean. So
There's your centre square and there's your border.
there we go. So I've given that a press. So then we'll come to the border. So I've just given that a press all over. There we go. And I'll just pop that to one side. So then we'll do the border. So again, make sure that you get the placement correct before you attach it. So I've already done one, which is that side there. So I'm just going to right sides together and sew that one on the top, and then I will do the bottom border, and then we're done.
Oh, amazing. They're lovely quick blocks to put together, actually, aren't they? I know you did, obviously, your cutting and your prep at home,
Yeah.
but it does come together. You could spend that extra bit of time, obviously, making
Definitely,
sure you're
yeah.
pinning and getting your points to match. 'Cause it It does come together nice and quickly.
And then if there is a point that you feel that you can't quite leave and that you do have to unpick it, unpicking it about an inch or two either side of the point and then just reposition rather than unpick the whole thing. Especially when you're working with triangles, like I said, otherwise they will stretch. And there we go, that's that one. So that's that one, that's matched up perfectly on that point there, really pleased with that. So now the bottom one, so I'm just going to put that to the side for a moment.
So the bottom is made up of square,
a half square triangle and a rectangle, that's it. So I have got a little offcut here, so I am going to, in fact I'll just go for it today.
Rebel.
Yeah. If you watch, it will get eaten in my machine now. No, we're good. Okay. Cut off any threads. Oh, doesn't want to go in this block, this one. There we go, open that out. Should have just left this on the desk.
No, it's good exercise.
I'm getting my exercise in. That's my
You can join. Now we're in the new studio. I think we can do it now, Joe.
It's big enough.
We can do fabric fitness, can't we?
Fabric fitness, love that.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing sort of like lifts with the machines, the fabric, how to. So yeah, I definitely need you with your. Do you have, when you do your instructing? Do you have one of these like Britney Spears style microphones?
Yeah.
Good, because otherwise you'd lose your voice. I always feel for these instructors who are like, go away.
Although I because at the moment we're not using the head mics at the moment,
Right.
but the ex-military comes out in me.
Oh,
I have got a loud
Loud
shout
voice,
when I need to. I can shout. Yeah.
Vicki, you're not pedaling fast
Yeah.
enough. I can hear it now.
Oh, but they love it though. They love it. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to.
You
have
should
them
do like
shout.
a boot camp.
I do boot camps as well.
Oh gosh. Please will somebody else come with me? Kat, Joe, any volunteers? Carol goes as well, doesn't she? Who's
Carol
the presenter
does,
on
yeah.
Jewellery Maker.
Oh, she's such a great energy in the studio. She whoops and she cheers and she motivates me. Yeah, especially when you're tired and you've had a long morning and Carol comes in, she lightens up the studio. She always gives it everything as well. She's really lovely. She's just always so happy and bubbly.
Oh, she is.
Isn't she?
Oh, if you
Always.
know Carol from our sister channel Jewellery Maker, then you'll know exactly who we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's exactly the same as what you see on the telly.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
And she introduced us to you, didn't she?
She did.
I did say to Carol on Wednesday, I said, on Tuesday, our last day over there, I said, oh, thank you so much for introducing us to Delphine. We love her.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some stock updates, by the way, on the...
Right.
So, can I tell everybody? Oh, I don't know if I say how many we've got. I think that they will probably go again by 11 o'clock. But we've got some available. You've already found them on the website, I think, because they've started going as well. I'm hoping it's enough to go around. I'm not going to say any more, but if you do desperately want it, please go to the web and get it now.
Oh, lovely.
So thank you, Delphine.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
If you haven't got the item code, just type in Delphine Brooks on the Sewing Street website, and you'll be able to find all of Delphine's kits. In fact, there's a few of the other ones that are left available. Which ones are on there? Sorry, Kat. There's loads. So let's have a look. The Columbine is
Columbine Sunset. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lovely one. That one is. If I say so myself, I think it's a lovely one.
So how do you know which way that goes? Do you need the picture?
That way, when I've realised I've gone wrong.
Oh no! Hang on, how have you gone wrong?
Hold the phone.
Have you gone wrong?
No, I just sewed it to the other side. I'm going to fix it really quickly.
So you can sew that and then you can just take the other part
it's
off.
a bit of background fabric, it's fine. I was doing so well. I was
Is it me?
distracted by
Oh, sorry.
the excitement of more kits. I shouldn't have said anything. I could have got away with that. Apart from John. If he's probably watching, he would have been like... Fixed.
Amazing.
There we go.
Yeah, it's fixed.
It's fine. All is good. All is good.
Joe's doubting you right now.
Is he?
I can't see it.
He's doubting me, are you, Joe?
Once it's done, you'll see, Joe. It's fine.
If this goes the way I want it to, this should be my last bit of sewing.
Fabulous.
If it doesn't, it's the last bit on sewing on Sewing Street, full stop.
I'm sure we'll have you back.
If you have any idea
Maybe
how
not if
hot
it's
I am. Oh dear. Here we go. It's there. Are you still doubting me, Joe?
Mhm. Have faith, Joe. We've got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, wait one. The little piece.
Just trim that little end
Just
off.
trim that little
Never
end.
happened.
That's our little secret, that and whoever else is watching. That's where you just turned away and made a cup of tea. You didn't see that bit. And there.
So, it's right, isn't it?
It is.
We'll give it a nice good press and we'll see it finish. That is block 10. A
Block
16.
10. There you go. That was just that. I just need to give that a bit of a press and open that out. There we go.
Amazing.
Done.
That's block 10 of 16.
Step away from the machine.
We did it. So remember, that's what it looks like in oh, you've got the blossom one as well, haven't you?
Here as well. That's
That's what it looks like in blossom, which is beautiful. I really like the blossom with the cream background, actually. Do you?
It's like you say, it's softer. It's almost cottagey, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's really, really pretty. And that would be a lovely cushion as well, or bag, wouldn't it? Thank you so much, Delphine.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much. I'm so excited about our needle felting show. You know how much I love your artwork. It's amazing. So we'll see you in an hour. We will see you in an hour. If you do want to find any of the other blocks from week 1 right through to, of course, block 10, which we've just completed, you can get them either individually or we've got a bundle of blocks 1 to 10. So don't worry, have a look through the website over the next couple of minutes. Check out your baskets, but don't get anywhere. We're back with some lovely sewing room tools right after this.
Hello, my name is Sally Stevens. I'm from Worcestershire, a little town called Upton-upon-Severn, which is a lovely little riverside town. And not far from there, I also have a little sewing studio, so I can work and leave all my mess left out when I'm preparing projects and quilts and so on. My speciality is, in fact, quilting, patchwork and quilting, and I probably started that when I was about 14 years ago. So as I often joke, that was only 7 years ago. In fact, it was rather a lot longer, but I've always enjoyed crafting and patchwork really hooked me and I love it. So now then, what can I tell you? Something you may not realise about me is that although lots of you have seen me many, many times on Sewing TV and classes, because I teach as well, I also do a lot of unpicking. So don't be afraid ever, if you have to unpick things, so do we. It's not a problem. We all have to start somewhere, and sometimes you get a bit cocky and think, oh, I can just do that without pinning or without this, and then you think, should have paid attention to my own words. So some sewing tips for you. That's one, keep a seam ripper handy. That will always be your friend. And another one that I think is very important, whether you're a beginner or more experienced, when you're sewing something, particularly for the first time, a new technique, slow down. There's no rush, it's not a race. Have a little practice with spare fabrics if you've got them before you use your best fabric that you've just purchased so that you get your techniques just right. But also slow down, take your time, watch what you're doing, think about what you're doing, and read the instructions. That's always very useful. So what can I say? I've been asked to say what my claim to fame might be, and I would have to say, in all honesty, being on Sewing Street.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great,
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
and it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and gemporia.com.
Hello, my name's Fiona Hesford and I'm founder of Sew Girl. I'm based down in Worthing on the south coast of England. And I've got a range of sewing patterns which I've developed over the last few years, which are projects for loose fitting clothing, everyday, simple garments, things that I really love to wear myself. And I'm going to be bringing you them to Sewing Street over the next few months. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page. Welcome back. Get your messages in. Come say hello to us. How are you all today? It's so lovely to be back with you, especially where we're here in our lovely big studio. And isn't Delphine just a dream? We absolutely adore her. She's incredible. She just brings such lovely energy to the show, and she is so talented. Those of you that have already seen and spotted the kits, the needle felting on the website, that was Jo, just having a bit of a play with the cameras. We've got the most incredible needle felting workshop for you coming up in less than an hour. And what we'll do, because we want to make sure that we get as much demo time as possible, we'll come out of this hour slightly early so that when we get Delphine all set up, it's bang on and we have a whole hour with her. So this hour means we've got to be quite speedy through, if that's okay. If you can keep up with us, you're going to get some serious deals and some tools that are back in stock. So starting with Calico, back in stock. I know that Rebecca Reed yesterday did remind everybody that this has just come back in, but for anybody who didn't see yesterday's show, had to bring this straight back. If you do want Calico by the half metre, look at how affordable it is. £2.49. It is 137 wide. It's great if you're doing dressmaking twirls. It's got a lovely natural seeded texture and colour to it. So if you're using it for the backs for cushions or for cushion inners, if you're using it for inner beanbags or for outdoor furniture, it's absolutely great. If you want to paint on it, if you want to dye it, if you want to do anything with it like that, it's really, really durable. Only £2.49. I'm thinking if you want to do things like aprons or gardening bits and bobs for the bottoms of cushions that might be out in the garden. I know that we're looking on having the last bit of summer by the looks of things this weekend. What's Saturday going to be like? Saturday nights. It's mainly Sunday, isn't it? I think Sunday's going to be something in the Midlands here, about 22 degrees. It's crazy, isn't it? But just to remind you, it's by the half metre, so it'll be cut off the bolt for you. We talk a lot about making a twirl with dressmaking. What about making a twirl or a demo with your bag making? If you've got quite an intricate bag that you want to do first before you start it in your Liberty prints or your William Morris prints that maybe you got yesterday in the early bird, now is the chance to make the most of that. Oh, hang on. I've just spotted the graphics. This isn't any Calico. This is Quilters pre-shrunk Calico, which makes a huge difference. It's such beautiful soft quality. So, I mean, the price is incredible to say that this is, remember, your quilters. It's pre-shrunk. It's really lovely and soft. So you can use this within your quilter. You could use it for quilt backing. Good one to use for your quilt backs, actually. Back of wall hangings, backgrounds of quilts for applique. What about having applique? You could use it even with John's block of the week. You could have all of those lovely blossom prints over the top of this. £2.49 is so affordable, isn't it? Hundreds of units have gone over the last couple of days, so I just wanted to quickly warn you about that one. It is back in stock. It comes in and goes. It comes in and goes. We'll get it on reorder, absolutely, but it's not always one of those items that's on our website all the time. So just a reminder about that one. Okay. Also back in stock today, the light. So, autumn is, I say, yeah, we've got lovely weather this weekend, but there's no doubt about it, it's definitely getting colder, it's getting darker. Last night it was pitch black by 8 o'clock, and I know a lot of us like to do our crafting and our sewing in the evening. Having the right lighting is absolutely crucial, and having a really lovely daylight light. So sometimes, you know, strip lights, when you turn them on, they can take ages to sort of warm up and come on, whereas having a really lovely quality light makes such a difference. Now, this is your pure LED beautiful light. It's $73.99, which is considered, but actually for the quality that you're getting, plus you're getting the magnifying glass, it's 2 in 1. I think that this is no wonder every single time this comes to air, it sells out. So let me show you what it comes with. You get this, which is your floor stand. So you can have it as a floor lamp. You could have it as a table lamp if you just were to use one of these poles. I will do it right now. So this screws into place. On the back there is a screw that tightens up. Oops. And you can have that directly on top, just literally like this. Actually, hang on, I need this next one. Oh no, do you know what? This is the first time I've put it together. And you know when you said to me, Kat, do you want to put it together on air? Yeah, no problem. Probably should have had a practice. But so you've got, I'm just going to open this one a bit more. So you've got your table, your floor lamp. You've also got it as a table. What do you mean? You think I've got it upside down? So that goes into there and screws into place. Or, that's it, that feels more secure. And this goes on the top. There's no point me doing this right now because you're going to lose the top of it. What I'll do is I'll show you that if it were clamped to the bottom. So you also get with it this, which is your table clamp. So if you're working on a desk, or depending on, you know, where it is, wherever you're working, it's going to work. So that screws open. And that screws in, tightens onto there. Now we've got thicker desks. We've got thicker desks here than we did in our old studio, and this still clamps absolutely perfectly. So now if I put this on top, what I will do is I'll take the middle one out. Take the middle one out. Right, also, what are you talking about, Joe? This is going to go into here, and then what I am going to need to do, and what I should have done before the show, is charge it, because you can use it with or without your extension lead. No. Oh, it is. Oh, sorry, I'm looking for the lights on the other side. So there you go. If I spin this round, then you can see that you've got all 3 different settings of lights, and you've got the warm lights. You've also got the white lights, which are completely LED, so you're not going to get any heat off those either. Also, a ×2 magnification. I actually want to talk to Delphine about this because I think this is going to be great with her needle felting. If you're going to do anything that is close up, let me show you. On needles, it's got a really great, strong magnification. Obviously, the further away, the closer it's going to be, the further away it's going to be easier to see. So if you're doing things like cross stitch or hand sewing, not only is it important to have the right light, but you might struggle with your eyesight. If you're having it as a reading lamp, having it for model making, having it for jewellery making, like our sister channel, these lights are absolutely fantastic. They give a beautiful, pure daylight, so you can see how great that magnification is. Obviously it's difficult for you to see, it's difficult to show on camera, but it does have a great magnification as well. So it isn't just a table lamp, you can have it as a floor lamp, or you can have it as a clamp as well. For just $73.99. As I say, I understand that it's a considered purchase, but this isn't like the artificial lights that you see on the strip lights. This isn't like the bulbs that are going to get really hot that give off a yellow light. This is going to be perfect for colour matching. This is going to be great if you just want that extra vision, but without having to put your main lights on in the house. If you do sew in the evening, or if you don't sleep very well at night, I know a lot of people do their sewing during the night, it's good to just be able to have that desk lamp or even bedside lamp, but to be able to have the magnifying glass as well, whether you're reading any instructions or patterns, then that's absolutely ideal. To see all your stitching nice and close, if you do cross stitch or embroidery, it is brilliant to go through a lot of different hobbies actually. I know a lot of model who do painting on tiny little models love this lamp. If you do model making or anything that's small and intricate, even quite often reading instructions or reading books, they can have quite small text. That's really handy, isn't it? Without it being an intrusive light on what everybody else maybe in your household is doing. Just £73.99, and it's got a real flexy neck, so you can have this all 360. It can bend wherever you want, just like our Joe. £73.99. So there's your warmer light. And there's your daylight, natural daylight, which is great. It's not going to get hot. You can charge it, or you can use it plugged into the mains. £73.99. I thought I'd let you know that it is today back in stock. Also, something else back in stock, I told you it's going to be a good hour, is your scissor sharpener. Now, as long as your scissors aren't micro serrated, you can use these on virtually all of your scissors, no matter what size. This is from Fiskars. Obviously, when you're talking about reputable brands in the cutting world, I don't think it gets any better than Fiskars. As said on the front of the package, quality since 1649. I'm trying to think if there aren't that many companies that sort of last that length test of time. It's brilliant, isn't it? They are very, very good at what they do. Their cutting tools, of course, are very famous, very popular. So let me just get our everyday Fiskars scissors. Remember, you can use these in conjunction with any of the scissors. Maybe your kitchen scissors need a good sharpening. All you need to do is put your scissors in like this and cut. That's all you need to do. How much do you pay for a good pair of scissors? How important is it to be able to make sure your scissors, that's better. Sorry, what you need to do is do it from the side that says Fiskars. I was trying to keep that there to show you. I'm left-handed as well, so this probably looks awkward, but actually, it's really simple to do. So if you just literally cut, can you hear that sharpening? It's so satisfying. It's really satisfying. $16.99, and it means that your scissors are always going to be lovely and fresh, ready to cut through your brand new designer fabric. Oh, like hot butter through a knife? No? Hot knife through butter. I am known to get all of my sayings the wrong way round. That's, sorry, just a little bit wrong. Like butter through a knife. £16.99, and that's your Fiskars scissor sharpener. Just nice, not intrusive, is it, to just have on your desk? Great to be able to sharpen all of your scissors. As I know, as crafters, we've got a lot. We do want to look after our scissors. You do want to make sure, I might as well do these whilst I'm at it. I might as well. If maybe one's for paper, one's for fabric, it's just good to keep them nice and sharp. As I said, as long as your scissors aren't micro serrated, you'll be able to use it. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the big scissors, even your little snips, your embroidery snips, it will just keep them lovely and sharp, which is important, using the right tools for the job. There's nothing worse than cutting through your fabric for the first time and it slashes it or doesn't quite cut it. If you're cutting lots of fabric, then this is absolutely perfect. Yeah, doesn't quite cut it. You change your needles. We sharpen our rotary blades. You don't need to change your rotary blades all the time. You can sharpen them. You don't need to change your scissors. You can sharpen them. It's a big expense, isn't it? It's nice to have lots of scissors for different purposes, but just to make sure that they're lovely and sharp. It's something we all use as crafters every single day. £16.99, and that's for your scissor sharpener from Fiskars. Be a great gift for somebody, actually. Have you started thinking about Christmas shopping yet? I have. I have. I bought 2 Christmas presents yesterday. You're buying something today, actually, aren't you? Christmas present from this show. Shall we do it now so you can get it? Let's do it now. Kat's getting this for her sister-in-law. This is brilliant. Yeah. £9.99. This is your large embroidery thread organizer. Oh, this is great value because your DMC skeins, if you go onto our website, DMC skeins are £2 each, £1.99 each. So with this, not only do you get your storage box, but inside, are you ready, Joe? Inside, you're also getting all 10 DMC skeins. Now they're randomly assorted, so you're going to have different colours, but they're beautiful quality embroidery skeins. They really, really are. That's not it though. So right, we're getting all 10 skeins and it's going to be assorted colours. You're going to get different colours than the ones that you can see here, but you definitely get 10 DMC skeins. And then to store them along with maybe your other embroidery skeins or your other floss, you can wind them on the bobbin. That's how that famous song goes, isn't it? You get the little cards, so you get the little bobbin winders as well, so you can keep all of your skeins nice and neatly, all stacked in here, maybe in rainbow colour order like this. How satisfying is that? And a great box. I mean, basically, you're getting the box and the bobbins for free. Plus, I mean, all of those DMC skeins is fantastic value, just at the price point that we're looking at. That's the price. You can get multiple, you can stack them all up on top of each other. You can see, it's like quite a frosted colour, but you can see through it. So if you do want to get yourself nice and organised, oh, how have I lost one of the paper bits? Oh, it's there. So I'll just pop it in. This is the one that Kat wants. It's a great gift idea for somebody. We all have been, I think, over the last 6 months, pulling all of our drawers and all of our cupboards out and been organising everything. And it's probably got to that point now, I don't know about you, but all of my organisation has got messy again. Oh, it's so frustrating. I have emptied every wardrobe, every cupboard, every drawer, even in the kitchen, done a huge clear out. And all of a sudden, again, it's just I need another 6 months to organise everything again. But this is just about getting yourself a bit organised. I end up buying threads again because they're in a loose bag. They get all tangled, or I think, oh, I can't see one in there and it's at the bottom. Whereas this, you're going to be able to see really clearly exactly what you've got. If you do a lot of embroidery, or even if you don't do that much embroidery, but you just want to keep it nice and stored nice and sort of lint-free and dust-free and tangle-free, and that's just going to be really, really handy. Maybe you just do faces on embroidery, faces on dolls or toys. That's going to be ideal to have something like this because you can fit loads. I mean, there's 100 of the bobbins in there, 100 bobbins, so you can fit at least 100 skeins. And then there's also this larger compartment which you could put your little snips. You could put. Have you seen those little bobbin winders you can buy? In fact, we've got them in stock. If you type in bobbin winder, it will show you how to do the card and you literally wind them on really, really quickly and really easily. So that's a great purchase to add to that because you could put a little pair of scissors and a bobbin winder in there. Lovely gift for somebody, isn't it? Pardon, sorry. Oh, we have got some on the website. I think we've got oh, I'll show you. I will show you. So, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to Jewellery Maker. You're in the right place. So if you type in the top, let's try bobbin winder, because that's going to go perfectly with this. And if you've already paid your postage and packaging, definitely add one of these. They both, but they're both exactly the same. They're different brands, but don't worry, they literally do exactly the same thing. Are they both the same price as well? Yeah, they're both $2.99. You literally pop the, there's pictures on the back of it, but you pop that little slot at the bottom onto the side of this case, and then your bobbin goes on the left-hand side where the sticking out ball bit is, and then that's a wheel. And you wind and wind and wind, and you can quickly and easily get nice and organised with all of your embroidery threads. So that's your, I kept calling it a bobbin winder. It's your embroidery thread winder. These are like, to put them onto your little bobbin bits. If you do want to see anything else on the website, then Kat knows how to do it now. So she's like, yeah, tell me and I'll show you on the website. Let's stick with talking about getting organised. So Delphine, she had a bit of a bobbin issue, kept running out of bobbins. It happens. happens to all of us. So if you do want to get yourself a bit organised with the bobbins that you use regularly, what about getting yourself a nice little bobbin case? This is such a beautiful gift for somebody. It's all lovely and plush. It's with the grey spots. It's got the little clasp on the front. I mean, that would look beautiful in anybody's bedroom or living room. It doesn't need to be a dedicated sewing room. It looks like a nice little jewellery box, doesn't it? And inside, you've got space to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 bobbins. Now, whether you want all your, whites or blacks or ones that you use the most, or your rainbow colour, you can just have a day winding loads of bobbins so it's there ready to go. Maybe you're doing the block of the week. Maybe you want to wind all your bobbins ready to do the block of the week or the quilt. Just £4.99, and it's so beautiful. This is all cushioned as well. You could even put pins in here. You could keep this as a pin cushion. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's up to you if you want to use it. It's perfect for your bobbins, but this does come out, so you can use that as a different box for something else. £4.99. You can have all your bobbins there by your sewing machine ready to go, and you could use this for something else. £4.99, I'd be multi-buying on this one, absolutely. If you paid your postage and packaging at £3.95, this is something that, yeah, you may as well stock up. Maybe you could wind all the bobbins up for somebody for Christmas. And absolutely, yeah, you could gift it for them, maybe with matching threads. That'd be lovely. Right, I'm going to struggle to get this back in now. I always do this. Does anybody else? Don't watch me struggle, Joe. Thank you. I'm in. Hello, Hayley. Hayley's just messaged. Hello, TV. Hayley's just come in. She just said she's sorting some things with Delphine. 11 o'clock. Do not miss it. I will be revealing all at 11 o'clock. Delphine's going to explain the kits. We've got a huge masterclass coming up, bang on 11. Be there even before. If you do have to go and do anything, please do be back, because it's going to be such an amazing show. It is going to be such an amazing show. This is ridiculously affordable. So I actually did a bit of research into how much you can pay for sewing machine bags, and I looked in John Lewis, I looked in other department stores like House of Fraser and Debenhams, and some specialist sewing shops as well. And I was generally looking for the quality that we were doing here, about £35. £30. One of them was like an oilcloth, so it was wipeable. Whereas this still, I suppose, is wipeable. But it's £12.99. It is the most affordable sewing machine bag that we stock. It's lovely in red. I mean, if you've got the 550 or the 560, the 570, I don't know whether you're going to be able to get the 680 in here. I think, if I remember rightly, someone's tried to do it, and they did do it, but it was a bit of a squeeze. It opens with 2 zips, nicely all the way down. It's also got that really great strong handle with your Velcro strap, and you've also got your lovely feet at the bottom, so it's a really nice sturdy bottom. Sturdy bottom for £12.99. Also, I like the fact that you've got that extra pocket. So if you want to put things like your foot pedal, if you want to put your instruction manual in there, if you want to put your extension cord, anything you want to put, absolutely can. Of course, you can use it for your sewing machine, but what about using it for storing your fabrics or storing other bits and bobs as well? Do you want me to put the 550 in here to see if it fits? So, I just want to make sure that this will sell out. If you're thinking of using this for as a Christmas gift or as a gift for somebody, even to store it away, a lot of people who I know own the 550, like me, might not have a dedicated sewing space. It's a lovely portable machine, but I mean, I can fit this in with bags of space. In fact, I could put in here a load more fabric. I could stash in all my tools. There's so much more room in there. £12.99, and you've got a really lovely sturdy strap with the Velcro handle as well, so that is really, really handy to be able to take on the move. Maybe you're going to relatives to sew, or maybe you're going to any craft fairs or workshops, or if you just simply want to be able to store it away. Quite often, I mean, the 550 does come with a hard cover, but it's nice to be able to have that soft fabric cover as well. It's only £12.99. We've got another sewing machine bag in stock. It's a Janome one, and I think it's £40. I think it's £40, similar size to this. And it doesn't have the pocket on the front actually. And that's a direct comparison with us. As I said, I've been looking around and I found similar bags to this, and they were around the £30. If you're looking at a quality sewing machine bag, maybe you've just bought a sewing machine and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to go into classes soon. You want to take your sewing machine, or you're going to relatives to stay and you want to take your machine with you. It's really handy to just have another bag, isn't it? To be able to put lots. I mean, as I say, I've got fabric in here as well as my machine. But it's great for any of the smaller machines. Have we got the actual dimensions of it, Kat? That might be useful for you if you want to check and see with your machine that it's going to fit. Oops. Okay. So we'll have a look and see if the dimensions, they might be on the website. It's really nice and sturdy. I mean, you can make yourself one, but for £12.99, you may as well purchase one. That's brilliant. So your height from here to here, 30 centimetres. Your length from here to here is 46 centimetres. And then this depth here is 20 centimetres. It's all on the website. It's there on the description if you do want to have a triple check. At £12.99, that is fantastic value for money. Really, really is. So we'll talk about bobbins. We've also got a pack of 10 loose bobbins. Really handy to have. These are to work in conjunction with any Elna or Janome machine. I did ask the question to a few people actually. Is it going to mess up your machine if it's a different manufacturer? I'm not quite sure. I know there's people who don't like using other bobbins. Remember, Janome and Elna are in the same umbrella. Obviously, there's a difference if you've got a metal bobbin case in your machine still. It has got to be similar to this one. But they're just really handy to have. £8, and these are, as I say, to work in conjunction with your Janome or Elna machine. Handy to have extra bobbins, isn't it? Especially you've got the lovely bobbin holder. It's nice to be able to stock up on those. Just £8. It's annoying, isn't it? When you've got, looking for a bobbin, you've got bits of thread on all of them. You don't want to just give up that bit of thread. So it's nice to be able to have them all freshly wound, ready in your case, ready to go. All 10 of your loose bobbins for £8. Also, another essential and something that we've always got on the website, but it's good to just mention, is your purple tip needles, your blue tip needles, and your red. Let's go reds first. So let me see here if it says on the back. It does, but it's under the, I think red tips are designed for top stitching. We had Gary on yesterday from Dukey. He said the most important thing to do with your machine is to change your needle. You'll almost feel the difference in your machine when it needs to be changed. Like with your scissors, if it's not piercing it properly, then it's probably try changing your needle first. They say that you should change your sewing machine needle every 8 to 9 hours of sewing or every project. Now there's different needles, obviously, for different thing. So whether you're changing it for denim or for PU, or whether you're changing it for top stitching, these are ideal for top stitching. They are your red tip Janome needles. So again, ideal to use with any of your Janome or Elna machines. It's good to sort of know what they're for. Quite often actually you see all these different sizes and you see all these different colours and you think, right, what are they good for? Whereas, don't get me wrong, you can get your universal needles, but if you do lots of top stitching, this is going to be ideal for that. Another one where, you know, on a Sunday afternoon you're sewing and you think, I've just broken my last needle. There's no haberdashery shop locally that's open. It's just good to have them there ready in your stash in case. So even if you're thinking, I'm still relatively stocked up, if you've purchased something already today, you've opened your P&P order, may as well add some in. We always think that we've got needles and then it's the mad panic when on air if a needle breaks, we're like, have we got another spare needle somewhere? So it is handy to be able to have that spare packet that you know you've got. So they're your red. The purple tip These ones. The purple tip needle efficiently prevents skip stitches when sewing stretch fabrics, quilt layers, and also for sewing across a hem. There you go, £5.50. What are you doing, Joe? Thank you. So, you're getting 5 of your machine needles. If you are a lover of stretching with if you're a lover of stretching, if you're a lover of stitching stretch fabrics, maybe I could do a stretching class as well with my sewing fitness. Stretch and sew. Stretch with your jerseys. Stretch those jerseys. Could do that, couldn't we? £5.50 for all 5 of your purple tip. Now, I'll always remember the blue tip. I'll always remember a lady saying to me, if in doubt, put a blue tip needle on. If you've got difficult fabric, put a blue tip needle on. If you've got something that slips and slides, if you've got something that's stretch fabric, then this is going to be good. So the blue tip is excellent, multi-purpose needle, recommended for difficult synthetic fabrics and machine embroidery. It's got a really pierced point and long groove, it says on the back. It's £5.50, and again, it works in conjunction with your Elna or Janome machines. Extremely affordable, and it's good if you are thinking, right, I'm starting to experiment with different fabrics, synthetic fabrics and stretch fabrics, or lighter weight fabrics, and you're not quite sure what ones to go with. Can't recommend those enough. Just £5.50 for your blue tip needles. Yeah, so stick with Janome. Janome also brought out a range of really great scissors. Now these are serrated, so you can't use these in your scissor sharpener. They've basically got little tiny teeth on the side, which aren't going to damage your fabric at all, but it basically is designed to grip onto any of your more difficult fabrics. So if you're working with jerseys or if you're working with slippy fabrics, it's going to really just, what's the word, sort of, it's going to grip them a lot easier than a lot better, more efficiently than if you were using non-serrated scissors. So dressmakers, absolutely worth having a go with these. These are your 9-inch shears. They're beautifully cushioned as well. Yeah. £9.99, your serrated dressmaking scissors. They're really lovely quality. Really lovely quality indeed. As I say, it's good to have the right scissors for the right things. What are the difference with these? So if you do like this side bent design, can I show you the difference? So these are your serrated ones, these are non-serrated. Other than that, they look pretty similar. So £24.99, but if you imagine, you don't do your cutting up here. You don't do your cutting up here. You don't start cutting up here. You cut on the flat. So you can see, because of that side bent shape, you are going to be able to cut always flat to the table and do some really nice soft sweep cutting. These are your right-handed scissors. They are, again, well, they're not serrated, so you can use these with your Fiskars scissor sharpener. In fact, that is available still. If you do want to make the most of the scissor sharpener along with your scissors, then they are going to stay lovely and sharp for longer. I have another one from Janome as well. The amount of guest designers that love this tool. So they either come in not knowing about it, and then I've maybe said, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And they go, oh, no, I've not tried it. And you think, if I'm honest, you look at it and you think, how effective can that be? That's, if I'm being brutally honest with you, that was my first thought. I thought, come on, it can't be as good as obviously getting your iron out. But if you are doing lots of seams, little seams, lots of pressing, I can't recommend this enough. We've converted so many people. As I say, they either come in and have never heard of it, or guest designers come in and say, Where is the roll and press? Alison Marion absolutely loves this. I know that Sarah Bolam loves this. Cara absolutely loves this. Sally Ann Harrison absolutely loves this. There's so many of our guest designers. Now, whether you be a bag maker or you're working with synthetic fabric, if you're working with PUs or leather even, and you can't put your iron on it, then this is going to be ideal. If, like Delphine, you are opening lots of seams, then this is really, really handy. So, I've got some fabric here and I just want to show you how efficient and how effective this is. So it's got a couple of creases in it already. But if you want to make a definite crease, because of the way that this works, it's slightly, very, very slightly tapered like that. So the pressure when you're using it will go right onto the center and give you a really great firm crease. So let me show you. Obviously, you can't get creases out with it, but if you are opening seams, if you're wanting to, even to mark, seam allowances, if you're thinking, right, I want to fold it over to my 1/4 of an inch so then I know where to hem or where to do your seams. You can use it with your EPP as well, just around the hexie so that you get that definite point. I mean, look at that. That is a sharp crease, isn't it? It's so good. £15.99, and it's got a lovely ergonomic handle. You can use it obviously if you're a left-hander or right-hander, and it's just £15.99. In fact, has Delphine seen this? I wonder whether Delphine's seen these, because this is going to be really, really handy for quilters, bag makers, dressmakers, if you do soft furnishing, if you do toy making. It just means that, don't get me wrong, you still need your iron. It's not going to make your iron completely redundant. But if you are on the move and you're not taking your iron with you, if you're doing hand sewing and you just need to make sure that you're giving it a quick press in between, then that is going to really help, again, with your accuracy. Oh, you will not look back. You will not look back. So let me have a bit of a go through on the pack what it was saying. So it's designed to roll to press, seams or fold, straight or curved or paper piece seams. It's quick, it's portable, it's ergonomic as we said, and it's got all of your instructions. It won't pull or stretch or distort fabric. So even if you're working with bias edges, then this isn't, because of the way that it's been developed by Clover, it's not going to distort your edges. It's got that taper wheel to focus the pressure on the seam, and it prevents seam impression on the right side of your project. Ideal for piecing, ideal for laminates, great for leather, great for felt as well. Anything that you don't want to put your iron near, definitely have a go with those. It's £15.99. I think it would be one of those things that you do not know how you lived without it. Okay. So, if you do use your iron, as Delphine said, your iron, as I said, that won't make your iron redundant. Your iron's still really, really important. Oh, we haven't got it, sorry. It's all right. Oh, you're on about the Stiletto, I think, aren't you? Because this is similar. You can use this with your iron. So if there's anybody who does do a lot of pressing and you're scared of getting your hand close to the iron, it's a silicon sort of, let's call it stiletto. What I love about this is actually a multi-purpose tool. It's a multi-purpose tool because you can use this. I'm opening it up if that's okay. What I'll do is I'll open it very carefully because this can go back easily. So it's a silicone stick that you can use as your pokey tool, as your dobber. It's going to be great to poke out any edges for your bag making. It's going to be great to poke out any of your edges for cushions or for turning through small loops. But what I love about it is that because of this silicone edge, you can get really nice and close to your iron and press open seams and hold things without getting your fingers near your iron. Also, if you're worried about getting your fingers near your sewing machine or overlocker, then you could use this as like an extra long finger instead of putting your hand near the sewing machine. And it's got that little curve on the top, so if you do want to get into those lovely nooks and crannies and smooth out any curved edges or pointed edges, it's going to be able to do those through. It's another one from Clover. Hold while sewing or pressing. So it's really, really handy. It's just £12.99, a nice little handy tool. These, don't get me wrong, it depends on where you are on your sewing journey. It might not be the first thing that you buy. It might not be the absolute essential, but these are all designed to lend a hand, literally there, to lend a hand and help with speeding up and making it nice and safe as well. You're sewing nice and safe. Okay, so that's your Hold It Precision Stiletto. Let's stick with Clover, because Clover is such a great brand in the sewing world. They're really, really good at what they do. They're very, very famous indeed, and they produce lots of different tools, including rotary cutters. So the one that I've got for you today, we've got a whole range of rotary cutters on the website. I would probably urge you to start. If you've never bought a rotary cutter before, I'd probably go with a 45mm. If you're buying a second rotary cutter for maybe doing more curves, if you're doing foundation paper piecing, maybe you're using this to cut away your excess to prepare your seam for foundation paper piecing, then this is really handy. And you could have a rotary cutter that is dedicated to using it with paper. I think that's a good idea. It's like with your scissors, you have a fabric pair of scissors and you have a paper pair of scissors. So if you are using your rotary cutter for foundation paper piecing, have a separate rotary cutter or change your blade. The 28mm is great if you're doing freehand. I don't know how you feel about doing freehand cutting to do some lovely curves, then this is going to be great. It's for more intricate, fine cutting, but of course with the quality of Clover and with the safety. So you have got that safety catch there, of course. Obviously you can open and close the blade. So that's just £8.99. Now I'm very, very aware of the time, and we are making sure that we give Delphine an absolute full hour and some. And we've got to do Make of the Week. So should we do the bias binding now? This is so affordable. We can't really spend too much time on air because quite frankly, it costs us more in airtime than what it is worth of showing you these. But it's not very often that we get pre-made bias binding. Which one is it that you've got first? Yeah, the dot. So this is your red spot. This is going to be brilliant with, oh my word, so many projects. And don't get me wrong, you can make your own, but how great is this? If you hate making binding, then, or if you're not confident in making your own binding, this is bias binding, by the way. So this one, you can go round your curves. So if you're thinking for kitchen makes, if you're thinking for circular bits, you're getting a whole, what is that, 2.5 meters for £1.99? Oh, do you know what? If that goes with your project, yeah, so at the time, if you're multi-buying, it comes, it won't come joined up. It comes as 2.5 meter pre-cuts, but that's fantastic, isn't it? And it's 20mm wide, finished. So some of the others that we've got are narrower. This is the thickest that we have. Our widest, I should say. Just £1.99. As I say, I can't spend time on it, as I know it's silly, silly price. The yellow, which is called Canary. This is so beautiful and bright, isn't it? Again, £1.49. What a price, 2.5 meters. So this is a 12mm finished width. But it's exactly the same, all pre-made. It's beautiful and precise. This is a little add-on. You're not going to come in and buy this necessarily and pay you £3.95. Don't. In fact, I would say don't just buy this because you're going to have to pay you £3.49 postage. This is one of those that if you've bought something already or if you're planning on getting involved in Delphine's workshop, then it's only one P&P. Of course, that runs across the whole of the website. You don't need to be spotting what you fancy off today's show. You can hunt the whole of the website and that's covered in one P&P as well. That's covered with the one postage and packaging. The cream. Always going to be very, very handy for your stash, isn't it? It's 12mm in width, it's 2.5 meters in size, and it's only £1.49. What's that, sorry, Kat? For cushions. What about with your William Morris? It's there on the website at the early bird price. It's there. I'm whispering because we are in the same office as them now. It's still there at the early bird price. Definitely get that William Morris bundle. I was so envious yesterday. Our gorgeous Bex Reed. Oh my word. She was a lucky lady because we've never had William Morris as an early bird ever. And it was only £50. You got loads of fat quarters. I definitely have this. Hi, Rachel Magnolia. She says it's perfect for what, sorry? Hong Kong sleeves. Oh, Hong Kong seams. Oh, I've not heard of Hong Kong seams in jackets. What are Hong Kong seams in jackets? We'll Google it. We'll have a look. Thank you. It's great to just have pre-made bias binding, isn't it? Crimson, or scarlet, I should say. £1.49. £1.49. All of the bias binding is available on the website. Have a look, but we just thought we'd let you know it's there, brand new in today. Along with, remember, light back in stock, scissor sharpener back in stock, Calico back in stock, loads of great items back in stock. So those of you that have taken part and posted your pictures on the Sewing Street fan page, we've all been eagle-eyed all week. It's one of my favourite things to do, is just to have a good sift through and see all your makes and see all the support. I mean, some of these pictures get hundreds and hundreds of makes and loads of lovely comments. So I'm really hoping that's given you, those of you that are new to us and new to sewing, giving you a confident boost to keep going. So we've picked 3 winners this week, and drum roll, the winners are Helen, Andrea and Jane. Well done. Your makes are absolutely beautiful. Have a look at them. All of the makes we will show you in a second are absolutely gorgeous, and you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Remember, the marketing team, oh, fly hit me in the face. So there's Helen's. Helen's is a gorgeous bag. Speaking of William Morris, how decadent is that? That is beautiful. Andrea, I love that, Andrea. It's so, so cute, isn't it? And then finally, that lovely quilt with your teapots. Jane, that's a brilliant quilt. Nice one, everybody. Well done to everybody who has got involved. Remember, post your makes, get involved in the community. We learned so much just from the Sewing Street fan page, so thank you for all of your input. Okay, it's time. Are you ready? We're going to get Delphine back and we're going to do the most incredible masterclass, so do not move a muscle. I will give you an update on stock as well. Because we already sold out at about 8:30. I was saying on one of the kits, managed to get more in stock, so I'll tell you all about it. Don't go anywhere. Me and Delphine back after this.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hello everyone, I'm Delphine Brooks. It's so great to be here and part of the Sewing Street family. I'm local, I'm only down the road in Warwickshire. I started sewing many years ago when I was very young, doing lots of art and painting, and eventually I went into textiles and I really enjoyed doing the two together. I then had a bit of a break. Something you don't know about me maybe is that I spent many years in the Royal Air Force and eventually in the police as well. And then I went full circle and I've come back to my happy place of sewing, and which I really enjoy. My best sewing tip is measure twice and cut once. I have chipped up a couple of times by not measuring properly, and I do always regret it. So now I always measure twice, cut once. Anyway, I really hope to be with you again soon, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Did you know that if you shop with Sewing Street, you're only going to pay one lot of postage all day? That's one payment of £3.95, no matter what you're buying. And you can check out as many times as you like without having to pay another delivery charge. So shop online at www.sewingstreet.com, or you can order via our call centre, which is 0800 001 4433.
Welcome back, welcome back. I'm so excited about this masterclass. Oh, I think we've all been admiring Delphine's artwork on Facebook over the last, well, since I met you. I've literally been following Delphine on Instagram, and all of her photographs are incredible and so inspiring. And I love sitting, watching her and doing this needle felting as well, because it makes you feel like, I'm gonna have a go, I can do it. And I know that we've had some beautiful photographs come through from people who have never done it before and have bought Delphine's kit and have achieved these incredible artwork pieces. Even our guest designers, I love the fact when other guest designers say, oh, I want to have a go at that, I want to have a go at that. I know that Sarah and Wendy and lots of people who, Sally Ann, who work behind the scenes and as guest designers have all taken up needle felting, which is so exciting. So let me just go back to 8 o'clock. Started the show at 8 o'clock this morning. We had plenty of these kits available. We ordered obviously loads and loads and loads from Delphine because we thought it's going to be really, really popular. The autumn wood one, which I showed you earlier on at the start, and we'll have a really good clear look at it, completely sold out by 8:30 this morning. We said, well, that's so good, we're doing a whole masterclass of it. So we spoke to Delphine, who spoke to the management, and we managed to get certain amount more back in stock. Now we are down to a really limited number of those again. Never fear, because we've got a bit of a plan, fingers crossed, after this, which, shall I let you know afterwards, or what do you want me to do? So if you want the kit with everything, get it now, because we're going to be able to offer you an alternative, fingers crossed, afterwards, but even that's going to be limited and it won't feature everything, basically everything. So if you do want the autumn woods, and can we show you what the autumn woods looks like, because it's absolutely incredible, and in the flesh it looks even better. It's phenomenal, it really is. It's £24.99, and that includes all of Delphine's plush instructions. They are so thorough, they are so clear. They are absolutely gorgeous, and everything that you need to know before you get started, your step-by-step instructions, everything that you need to know is here with beautiful photography as well. I mean, how clear is this? This is one of the best instruction booklets I've seen. It's so good. Plus, you're then getting all of your lovely quality DMC skeins in these exact colours. You're also getting your felt, and you're getting your wool, which is, again, beautiful quality. All of that £24.99, and that is to make your autumn woods picture, which we just saw there. So that's option one. There it is. That's option one. We also have the last sale of summer, which I think this weekend is going to be really the last sale of summer, isn't it? Or summer's last sale, I should say. You've got all of your wool, these beautiful tones that are like sunset. The colours in this wool is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Plus then you're getting all of your DMC skeins. Oh, I love that one. You've got a metallic one in there. Your black, you've got your sort of like off-whitey grey, it's lovely. And you're getting your chartreuse, plus your felt, to make this, which is just stunning, simply stunning. Now, those of you that have never done needle felting before, if you've never done it, you're about to get addicted. Honestly, you will get hooked. It's one of the most incredible things. And we have the starter kit. So if you've never done it before, in your starter kit, you're getting your felting block. So you do get your foam felting block. You also then get your felting needle tool, which is 7 needles. You then also get one that's got 3 needles and another tool that's just got 1. And we'll talk to Delphine in a second about, what you use, which one you use for what. We'll introduce all of these with you as well with Delphine. Okay, in fact, you know what? I think already that other one could be potentially sold out. So what's the plan, Kat? Because this has literally happened in the last minute, so I'm not quite clear on what's going on. So it's literally being loaded into the website now. So you'll need to search the code, which I'll tell you the code if you want to jot it down onto a piece of paper. P for Peter, J for Joseph. You're very good with the phonetic alphabet, by the way. X for X-ray, C for Charlie, 95. Okay. So let me tell you what you get in that kit. That's important, isn't it? So you know what you're getting. There it is, PJXC95. And in there, what do you get, Kat? Instructions. You get your D and the C threads, and you get your wool. The only thing you don't get is the felt. Fab. But Delphine's going to talk us through what you can use, so don't worry, don't worry. There's still a handful. We're literally in single figures on the felt bundle, so sorry, the one with the felt in. So if you do want that, grab that whilst you can, but that will sell out whilst we're going through the demo. I just wanted to let you know because I want to make sure that Delphine goes through as many of the techniques as possible for you. So are we ready? I think we're ready. I think we're up and running. You've got some thread on your face.
Have I?
There it is. It's now dangling in front of your eyes. Can you see it?
No, you
literally.
Oh, it is. Yeah, oh, it's like a spider.
Oh, there it is. It was literally on your
I
forehead.
was just in my own little world then.
Sorry, Delphine. I can't let you go on like that. These kits are absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wait, so these are your designs, aren't they?
Yeah, completely. That's my imagination right there. Yeah.
See, where did it all start for you then with needle felting? How did you get into it?
By accident. As you know, with from a couple of shows that I've done with these before, my background is art. So I tend to do, ever since I was a little girl, I was always painting, drawing and everything else. And then fast forward, I went to do my A-levels in textiles, and then putting textiles together and sewing, you know, is just my match made in heaven. But needle felting only stumbled across about 3 years ago. So I was at one of the stitching shows at the NEC in Birmingham, and there was a workshop going on, and they were so busy as they were.
I know.
It was such a shame. And I couldn't get on and on. I was just looking like this, just seeing what they were doing. I've always fancied giving anything a try. And I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. And there was a small starter kit, very, very small one. And I took it home, gave it a go, not doing back since. And then I found my wool lady, Zoe, up in Scotland. She's amazing. And yeah, and just non-stop. But the being able to put the embroidery takes it to the next level. And that's where you turn in a craft into a piece of art. So
I haven't got an art degree, and I am not the best drawer. I'd like to think I'm quite creative, and I think everybody who's tuned in and watching us, you're probably watching because you are creative. Am I still going to be able to do this if I'm not
100%.
The best at drawing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, case in point, people out there, I know you're watching, you have put some amazing interpretations of my kits that I was like, oh, that's one of my pictures, and I had to have a look. And it wasn't mine, it was theirs. You can do it. The instructions, step by step, they're clear. So definitely give it a go. And like you say, you will be addicted.
Oh, yeah. So which one are you doing? Because we want to get
I'm going
right
to try
into
and
the
do both.
Masterclass.
Well, obviously, to complete one of these takes me a long time. But I'm going to try and get as much of the techniques that you need, and that you might want to look back and have a look at the demos.
I just find it crazy that you can take literally wool like this and create
and
artwork
turn it into that. Yeah. So should we get going?
Absolutely.
Okay. So first off, I mean, excuse my block. I didn't want to mess up one of the nice clean ones. Make sure you're doing it on a hard surface. If you're using your multi-tool, you have got a little safety catch on there. Be careful. Those needles are barbed. They will hurt. It will make you bleed if they go through your finger. So be careful. So especially if you've got little fingers around, make sure you put the safety on that.
You can get refills as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can get refills.
On the website,
really cheap. Yeah, they're really good. But they do last for quite a while as long as you don't break them.
Okay.
I'm yet to break a needle in a multi-tool, and I've been doing it for 3 years.
Is it the direction that you're...
The direction, obviously you're just going up and down with the multi-tool, and again, when you're doing it with the single needle, as long as you're going in and out on the same angle. So obviously if you're going to go in on the side, but then you turned it and put it, they'll just bend and they will break, but it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
So just be careful. They have got on the ones that you've got over there, is ones with handles. You can use a handle with a single one. I tend to use the smaller ones for finer detail and the big ones to lay down wool fast.
Okay.
So I see it as when you're doing a painting, you're going to use a big paintbrush, and that's where you'll get all the paint on using the big one, and then you'll switch to the smaller one, and that's what you use for your finer details.
So this starter kit, you're going to be able to really get going with that.
You're set, yeah.
Fab.
So just going over, because obviously I know that you they are selling out. Whoop whoop. But the felt, you don't worry if you're not going to get that. Don't let that be a game changer for you, because as you can see, I'm not actually using a piece of felt. This is an off-cut bit of curtain.
Oh.
You can use, as long as it's got a loose weave, so denim, go and chop up your old jeans or your husband's jeans or a bit of an old curtain, an old blanket, anything that's with a loose weave, you can use that.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I'll start off with the woodland one. So as you can see, the wools that have got the most beautiful colours.
Oh, they're multi-tonal, aren't they?
Yeah, she is amazing.
Who's she? Who's this?
Her name's Zoe Robson. She works. She's got her own little company up in the northeast of Scotland called Fleece Fort U, as in Fleece number Fort U. She's an artist in herself that she can create such beautiful blends. They're all her own sheep. That she breeds on her craft, up to 40 different breeds actually. Yeah, she's amazing.
Oh, brilliant.
So you are going to lay. Make sure you lay very thinly to start with, because I'm trying not to get my head in the shot. Is that better?
No, that's perfect.
There we go. Okay, so
you've just taken it apart, just pulling it.
Pulling it out, and as you can see, there is gaps. Don't worry about that, because if you put all of this wool on there, it won't look right. It will look too bulky. When you come to sew it, you won't be able to see your stitches. You'll lose all the stitches. So just be light with it. Be stingy with it almost.
So is this one the summer's lost sale?
No. This is the woodland one. Yeah.
Ah.
So I'm going to do that about 2/3 of the way down.
Can you over punch it?
No. If you go really, really hard, you'll end up taking a bit of the foam away. But no, not necessarily.
Right.
No, you're okay. So just stab that all over. Let's straighten that up a little bit. And then I'm going to come to the brown again. Be very, very thin, because the thing is with the woodland one, you have got to layer it up. So you definitely want to make sure that you're not making it too bulky, otherwise it just won't look right.
So you can always, I suppose, add to it, can't you?
You can always add to it, and of course you can take it off. It's not permanent. So if you put a piece down and you don't like it, just put it off, that's fine. So this is going to be my woodland floor. There we go. Okay, so that's my base layer down already. You see how quick that is. Don't worry about going over the sides either, because those can be trimmed off and used later anyway. Right. So we're going to go straight to the trees that are in the background. So what you do is take a little bit of the wool, you pull it tight, twist it, lay it in the centre. Now we're going to switch to the smaller needle, starting at the base of the tree.
So this is your single needle?
The single needle, yeah. Just to get a bit of a shape going. So remember, no trees are the same. Trees are like snowflakes. So make sure that you do them in different shapes. Don't just do them all straight, because it'll be boring. You know, you want it to have a bit of character.
Do you have in the instructions sort of which order to layer up? Because like you say, this is creating layers, isn't it? So you've literally done like this, just the sky and the ground, and then you're doing your trees. The trees, yeah. So, and again, I also give hints and tips on there. It's about little ways to be able to create the right perspective within your piece, because if you think that these trees that I'm doing at the moment, these are in the background. So because they're further away, they should be smaller, they should be thinner, and also a little bit fainter, you know, like, so they're not, you know what I mean? So they so they look further
away. So I'm doing that as the centre, because what I wanted to as well, what I hopefully achieve through this picture is that you're looking down a pathway through the woods.
Oh, absolutely. You can really see that depth and texture. It's gorgeous.
And where the sunlight's actually broken through the canopy of the trees and lit up the woodland floor. So I've done those trees, and what I'm going to do now is a single needle. This is where you can sharpen all the edges. and just tidy it all up. So obviously the more you stab it, the smaller it will go. So you could take a lot of time on this, and you can comb it through as well. Just by combing that, it will blend it together.
So when you say the smaller it will go, does that give you a denser, sort of more solid line?
Yeah, exactly that. You're so good at describing things, aren't you? She's so good. So right, I'll probably do just the one more. But you can put as many as you like. Obviously, I do say a couple of times throughout the instructions that, yes, they're only there as a guide. You don't have to do this many trees. You might only just want one big mighty oak at the bottom of the path. You don't have to do lots of smaller ones. It's completely up to you, and that's what I love about art, because it's your interpretation of it. It doesn't have to be like everyone else. You know, if we all had the same ingredients to make a beef stew or something, you all have the same ingredients, same instructions, nobody's will be the same, and that's what I like about
especially with the needle felting. Actually, even if you were to try to replicate the same as your picture there, it'd probably still be slightly different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in fact, I've got to one that I've been preparing on earlier, and it is different. I've put different branches in, but yeah, you're just having your own interpretation of it. And so there's my background trees in. So now I'm going to switch to the green. So you're going to need only a very small bit of the green wool. Tear a little bit and then open it out so you can probably barely see it. See that it's just like a little wisp. You're going to lay that just on the top there. You see I'll spread it out on my fingers. So these are for you to see that the leaves that are further away, again, they're being lit up by the sunlight coming through the canopy. Sorry, I'm getting all...
Oh, I love it, arty.
Getting all arty on a Friday morning. And you see already how that's already pushed those trees back. It's pushed them back further away into the distance, and that's where we want. This is where we're going to start creating the depth within the picture.
Has the main Autumn Woods one sold out then? The main one is now sold out, but don't fear. The one that we've managed to put together, you can see the graphic info now includes everything bar this. I'm going to put this away because you're getting all of your wool, your DMC threads and your instructions. And like you say, you can use anything with a loose weave.
Yeah.
How big does it need to be?
For the actual picture?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I cut to a 5-inch square.
Okay.
Yeah, only because they fit in certain frames very well.
Yeah. Oh, I like those. Right.
So now we're bringing trees number 2. So these are the ones that are going to be in the middle of the piece. So sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? So not in the foreground, not in the background, in the middle bit. So as you can see, I've made these denser. I've made them a little bit thicker because they're closer. So keep twisting the wool. You need to make sure it is quite tight.
You get plenty of wool in your kit, don't you?
You get plenty, yeah. But again, just because there is that much there, don't be tempted to feel that you have to whack every single bit of it on a 5-inch square. The reason why I do put in extra is so you can, if you don't want to do the colourways that I've done it, you can change it. So, you know, you could have these as bright orange trees that's in the sunset, or a forest fire or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. I'm just giving you the idea.
I love that. Everybody is going to have their own, like you say, creative flair on it and an interpretation.
So, and you can put in as many as you like. Give them shape, give them character as well. You could also, you know, that one's a little bit smaller, so we could give that one a branch. So just coming out from the side there. Almost like it's creating like an archway that you're walking down that woodland path there.
Oh, wow.
I do like walking in the woods. You got quite into your walking as well, didn't you?
I really, really did. I must say, I think a lot of the roads are a lot busier now, aren't they? But there's a lovely walk by you. I know where you live. She
knows where I live.
I don't know exactly where you live. I'm not that creepy, but no, there's lovely, lovely.
Oh, you're welcome
foresty
anytime.
walk. Oh, thank you.
Anytime.
There's a really lovely forest woods by you. I can't think what it's
Oakley
called.
Woods.
I think so. Yeah, it's so lovely.
There's another one that's beautiful, not far actually from you. It's called Combrook.
Okay.
Combrook Woods, and this is where I actually got the inspiration from there, because we tend to take the boys down there quite a lot, and it's really quiet and it's beautiful, and looking over Compton Verney and everything.
Oh, nice.
And so you're walking through the woods, and it really is this canopy of trees, and it's just like all the leaves are on the floor. It's beautiful.
I've been doing lots of walking at Bolton Hall, which is down
just down the road.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so this always bring me to the red. This is where I'm going to change the way I'm pulling the wool apart.
Oh, well, because you've got really beautiful reds and pinks and oranges.
Yeah, and there's actually silks and bamboo in this as well.
Oh, really?
She carved some silks into it. As you can see, how soft is that?
It's so soft.
It's beautiful.
Right, so how are you taking this apart differently?
So now, whereas before I was just stretching it over, now because I want it to just be really wispy, pull apart with your thumbs and just stretch over the top. Make sure it's quite light, nice and loose. Again, I'm hardly using any. Just pull the fibres apart. So this is going to give us our indication of where we're going to put our stitches, of where we're going to have the natural highlights and the lowlights within the picture. There we go.
I like the fact that it's repositional. So if you've done all your punching and you're thinking, do you know what, I'm not happy with that part there, you can pick it up and you haven't ruined all of your background.
So there we are. So there's, I like that. I like the way I've put the little yellow bit there. So, and also let's give the floor, the woodland floor, a bit of life as well, shall we? Let's give it a bit of green. Let's have a few grass wispy bits are going to be there, and we'll have a bit there. Let's have some of this darker red, you know, for the shadow. You know, you don't want, so that's where the light's not going to be hitting that bit much. So.
You've just been called the Bob Ross of felting. Is that Anne?
Oh, Bob Ross. Do you know, as I was a kid growing up watching Bob Ross, I love that
There
band.
you go. You've been just named the Bob Ross of felting.
Oh, do you know what? That is an honour. I'll take that. Yeah.
Anne, we'll take that. What did Anne say? Sorry, Kat. Brilliant show again. Love Delphine. She's the Bob Ross of felting.
Love that.
Happy
Thank
accidents.
you, Anne. Happy New Year. My best friend Bex, actually, for Christmas, she did me an embroidery hoop for my sewing room. And and on it says, "There's no mistakes, just happy accidents."
Love that.
Bob Ross. Oh, I love him. Love him. Those that don't know who he is, which I'm surprised that if you're not sure, I watched him back in, I think he's like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
He was on big afro.
Yeah.
A magician of painting. Like what he could do in half an hour.
Yeah. Didn't he used to always be in the military as well?
I'm not sure. I think his son was.
Right.
And then I think his son took over him. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Bob. Bless the Bob. Right then, so we're now going to... Oh, he's got that calm. Shall I have the calming voice?
You do too.
Okay, so now we're going to give this piece some more depth. We're going to give it a couple of nice big chunky trees.
How long can you spend doing pieces like this?
8 months was my biggest one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so do you keep coming back to it each day, like looking at it, what else can I add?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my pieces, what I have in my head, it never turns out the way I say not turns out the way I want it. I have an idea and I just let it develop. Yeah.
But this isn't necessarily like a quick project, is it?
No.
This is something that I think would be lovely to do, you know, now the winter nights are drawing in. It's a nice little project to do each evening, isn't it?
And you get such inspiration at this time of year as well, because whenever I start a piece, I always think two things. What time of year is it? What time of day is it? So if you think autumn, dusk, automatically you put in that place. And the same, you'll think, you know, if you think summer, midday, you're going to think bright colours, bright skies, blue skies, and or spring with all the flowers and meadows. So I'm just going to give that one more big chunky tree. So again, because it's in the foreground, go big, go bold, go brave.
I just want to remind everybody, you haven't missed out. You can still get this, whether you're typing that code into the website. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Those of you that are trying to type it into the website, Kat's just informed me it's some reason it hasn't been put up on there. Please call the customer service team though. You can definitely get it with the customer service team. So don't think that it's sold out. You can get it with the customer service team. It's 0800 001 4433 if you want to call them. It's free to call and they're lovely. They're literally even closer to us now than they were when we were a mile down the road. And they are so lovely. So yeah, give them a call. Definitely check out, because I hate for you to have thought that you'd missed out and you haven't. Yeah, you haven't missed out.
So what I've done there, so just to highlight the side of these trees, I've used some of the yellow because again, to get the depth and to get a good composition of a picture, you need to play around not just with the shape of the pictures, but also with your highlights and your shadows.
Oh, nice.
So I've just literally taken a tiny bit. You don't need an awful lot. Like I said, you can always put it off. And then just think where your light source will be, which I think in this piece is in the middle. And then just put it along. Sorry, you can't see that very well with my fingers. And then the more you stab it, the smaller it will go. Also, so I believe, I've done the other one. Also think of reflective light. So when we do a highlight on any type of picture, we always put it on where you think the sun's going to bounce off. But also, if you think there was a tree, so for example, this tree here, which is slightly behind this one. Obviously, I need to tidy that up. It will become more apparent when I show you the other piece. So when I put the highlight on this one, the sun will be coming through and bouncing on the tree behind this one, which will reflect on the back of here. So it won't necessarily be the same colour, it'll be a bit muted. So if you use a little bit of the green on the opposite side, what that's going to do is just give it almost like a highlight, but from the other side, because that's your reflective light. So you've got your highlight where the sun will go directly onto a tree, and your reflective light, which will go on the back. Does that make any sense
Absolutely.
whatsoever?
It's so clever. It makes you think about it in a different way. Would you, when you're designing, do you ever take photographs and see where it is, literally, that the light's hitting it?
Yeah, all the time. I think the light is a really important part. Always, whenever you're doing any type of picture, any type of landscape, always think about where your light source will be. So that's 3 tips. What time of year is it? What time of day is it? Where's your light source? Once you've got those 3 things, then you can just build it from there.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to go on to our made earlier. Sort of, made earlier. Okay, so once you've done that, you'll put it all off, you'll trim it all down, and then you're left with something a bit like this.
Wow.
So I've just been sat out the back there, and I've just wanted to show you to do one side of the stitching. Now, on a couple of the demos, I've actually showed a few times how you do the French knot and how you build up the branches.
And there's a really clear...
And there's a clear diagram in there as well. So I am going to show you a few on how to do this, and then I'm also going to go on show you onto the other one, so I can show you how to do the boat and...
Fab.
And so a few other... On a new stitch today, I'm going to show you the Bullion knot today, which is something a little bit different. Something that even when I first started doing embroidery, I would sort of avoid and not do it because it's quite tricky, but I'll hopefully show you a very easy way of doing it.
Well, in your kits, you get your beautiful DMC skeins as well, don't you?
Sorry, I'm always putting it in my hand.
We've had a message from Jenny coming in.
Hello.
Saying she was thinking the same about Bob Ross.
Really? Oh,
and he's what,
so
sorry? In his happy little trees.
Happy little trees. And a tree always needs a friend.
Oh,
yeah.
love that. Yeah. And Alison said, brilliant tutorial as ever, Delphine.
Oh, thank you.
I've had so much love for these kids.
They're a lovely bunch, aren't they?
Oh, everyone. But it's always such a lovely community, isn't it, here?
So, with the French knot, I will show you again. I have done it a couple of times before, but I will show you again. So you come all the way out. There he is, he's doing his magic, look. Oh, there you go. And then you go 1, 2, 3. Now, keep it really tight. So unlike the Bullion knot that I will show you shortly, keep the French knot nice and tight, back in as close to where you came out. So when you do a painting, you would always have the darker paint first, because light paint will always stick to dark paint, and it's the same with sewing. So if you start off with the darker threads first. So what I will do with this is all in the instructions is that I'll do all the leaves with the red, then I'll do some with the orange and then the yellow, because you can build it all up. If you did it the other way round, you'll lose that perspective.
Okay.
So always go dark to light whenever you're building up leaves or colour.
Another good tip, another good tip. Would you mind just pulling it to your right slightly?
Is that my way? Oh yeah, sorry, I was losing myself.
No, that's absolutely fine. No, thanks. We're loving all these tips.
So there we go. So I'll just do a couple more. So again, so I'll build up this side the same as I did the others.
It's mainly about getting the right tension. I think that's the reason people get scared of French knots.
And once you've done a few, and also, even if you do buy the kit and you don't want to do a French knot, simply double up the thread of your skein, so you've got a nice thick thread. And then if you don't want to do French knots, just do simple little stitches, but don't pull them too hard. And you see, you can't really tell. See?
Oh, great.
And it's quicker. So if you don't want to French knot it, you don't have to. Just do lots of little single stitches instead. So then, imagine I've done all that bit. For the grass, sorry, this is noisy.
No, it's absolutely
I'll just
fine.
cut a little bit of this off, only because I ran out of my green. So this is my substitute, I'm afraid, because I ran out. So as you can see on the picture, which one is it?
On the left.
On the left. There we are. Oh, I've moved it. Sorry.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. So, well, I'll fix your display in a minute, Catchy. But oh dear. So as you can see, the grass on the woodland floor. As you can see, if you look at it, if the further away the grass is, the smaller the line. So again, just thinking about the depth and the composition of the picture.
So they're all stitched as well. Your
all
grass
stitched.
is all. What stitch are you using for the grass?
Just a straight stitch.
Yeah, nice.
So I'll go in. I'll just do a single stitch away from the trees. Oh, that's a really good shot, that was. So
Thank you, Joe, saying thank you.
Oh, he's clever. So yeah, so there's nothing complicated about it, just doing straight stitches, starting from the further away you are, or the further away the path would be, and just do lots of lines and just build up the stitches where you want them to be.
So smaller stitch, like in length. That's
yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So could I use different thicknesses? So if I've got some of the just normal or 50 weight thread, you could use that.
I recommend that you do use different weights. So obviously with the skeins, you can separate the strands. So it's a stranded cotton. So what I do with those is just start off with the thicker ones, and then you can separate, and you can use them like you would a single, cotton thread. So again, that's quite a quick way to build up the floor. And you'll do that the same with the yellow or the white, and just to highlight here where the sun will bounce off the floor.
Oh, gorgeous.
So that's where the focal point is. It should be drawing you into that point there. So, and you'll do a couple of little stitches just for the flowers and the little tufts of grass. And that's that.
Amazing.
So it looks really complicated, but it's really not.
No, I think this is a beautiful project, and like you say, just framed, I love that it's got that depth and texture. It looks beautiful,
and if you have
especially with the embroidery.
And a little bit of blingy thread always works nice.
Oh yes, well in the next kit you get the metallic thread, don't you?
But with this one would be quite nice if someone was brave enough to put like a little stag or a little deer that's just been startled walking through the forest, and it stops and looks at you, something like that.
Good idea. That's stunning.
Somebody do that, please.
Yeah, challenge accepted. I can hear you saying at home, go for it. So just a reminder, you do need to call the customer service team to check out on that kit. You get everything that you need. The only difference with this kit now is that we haven't got the orange felt to go with it, but don't worry, you can use anything from your scraps as long as it's a looser weave. Can't tell, you can't see that in the background. So £23.49, PJXC 95, or just ask them for the autumn wood kit. And they'll be able to help you out. The next kit that we're going to be moving on to is your summer's last sale, which we have availability of on the website, available as well. You get all of your wool. You have your DMC skeins, which includes that lovely metallic. You get your felt, plus you then get all of your incredible instructions. Plus you'll be able to watch back today's show on YouTube. But look at how clear these are. Your instructions are brilliant, Delphine. You must spend a lot of time.
They do take me they probably take me longer to do those than they do to actually make the picture.
Doesn't surprise me, they're so thorough.
Just to make sure I get it right, yeah.
And they're all sort of like glossy, so it's something you're going to be able to use again, keep them. Right,
it's like a collection, so if you are going through them, you can just you collect the whole series or whatever. But
absolutely.
I tend to people. I don't know about you, Vicky, but I'm a visual learner.
Oh,
I like pictures.
Yeah.
And even though I do, please read what I've written. I've taken a long time doing that. But having the pictures and the diagrams as well, because the wool you have got a lot of fibres. That's why I found the diagrams help as well. Just putting your placements in. But again, it's only as a guide. You don't have to do it exactly the way I do it.
Now this one is absolutely magnificent. I know that I'm And we're always very drawn to the sky, especially when there's red sky and purples and beautiful colours. We've had it quite a lot actually this year. I don't know if I've just had a bit more time to sit and look at the sky, but these colours are stunning.
You're going to be able to create a really beautiful sky landscape in minutes. And use this, if you are a painter as well, do this with your paints. It's magic.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Purple first, again, going back to that dark paint, light paint sticks to dark paint, so we'll start with the purple first. Open them out. So as you can see, I have packaged these quite tight, so always open out all of your the wool. So
it's very strong, isn't it? You know, when you're pulling it, if you try to do it like that, it won't break, will it?
You have to put it apart slowly.
You pull it slowly, okay.
So again, you're going to layer it all up. About 2/3 down. So the wool does half of the job for you, if I'm honest. I mean, look at that. It's lovely.
I just love the colours. I mean, like you say, the lady who does this, she's an artist in herself, getting all these beautiful ombre colours.
So here we go. I'm just going to put that background in of the sky. So we're coming to the end of summer with this picture, and like you say, you get those beautiful skies, don't you? And we've been quite lucky around here to definitely have those. And if you ever have, if you are lucky enough that you are going for a walk or you're taking the dog out, take a photograph, you know, remember it. And then if you have got any wool left over, you can that's what, again, get inspiration from. If you might notice that when I do my work, I don't have a lot of structures in mine or people.
Okay.
I just like
landscape,
landscapes, I have got a boat today. Done a boat.
Yeah, and I love even like the shadows of the sun setting in the boat. It's really clever.
So background done, and then we're going to come back to our orange and red. So this is where you're going to work, which I don't work very often from the bottom up, but we're going to work from the bottom up. So think about where you want your horizon to be, which will be about here. So again, you don't want an awful lot. So if you were using paints, I'll leave that to dry a little bit, but now because we're using the wool, we can go straight to it. That's the beauty of it. You haven't got to wait around for it to dry. So this is where the sun's going to be setting. So obviously this is where the light will be, down here. So really small bits. Open those fibres out. You don't have to think too much about it either. You haven't got to pick out all the different yellows or... There you go. There we are. So you can play around with it, and then once you're committed...
It seems to hold in place as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's where you sort of position it.
So I will just want to create a little softer effect up here. So what I will do now, I'm going to switch from the bigger tool to the smaller one. And you see where you'll have all those little stabby holes. You probably can't see on mine, but when you do it at home, you'll see that you'll have lots of little stabby holes on there. If you just take the tip of the needle and very gently comb it through, you see how that's blending it all together and automatically making things softer and pushing it away. So that's right in the distance now.
I can't believe that you've only been doing this for 3 years.
I think it's because I used to do this with watercolour, I suppose. And then we're going to put in our water. But again, we can do what we want because it's a piece of art. So it doesn't have to be blue. We're having a pink water today. So again, you'll pop that there.
I love that you've thought of that, because if you have got a sky that's as bright and beautiful as that, it would reflect on the water.
And a little tip with water, when you do come to either paint water or you're sewing it, make sure it's straight. If it's not straight, it won't look realistic. And we'll come to that when I show you some of the stitching. When we come to do put the stitches on there and some of the highlights.
Okay.
So there we go. There's your, and I'm going to do the horizon in a minute, and then I'm going to do the foreground. So we're going to have a little grassy hill on the bank of this little lake, watching its little lonely boat going out on its own. So I'm going to put a little hill, I think. So again, you haven't got to keep it completely straight, only for the water.
Okay.
I think this one can have a little bank on it. And then just move that all round. This is where I want that one of those embellishing machines from the Alna embellishing machine.
Oh gosh, I think Sarah got one of those. Sarah, our guest designer Sarah.
Yeah, I could do it. It's going to go on it's going to go in my Christmas list in my new sewing room.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you're moving house soon, aren't you? Does that mean you're going to get your own nice sewing room?
That's why we're moving. I'm very excited.
Reason.
I'm not looking forward to the actual move, but I'm looking forward to getting in there. Okay, so there we are, and then we'll have our horizon. So we're going to have, you could put mountains, you can just keep it flat, you could put a few hills. So this is where we're going to separate the sky from the land with a very simple bit of the black.
I suppose, like, if you don't use all of the wool, like you say, you could, if you're adapting it into your own, then you start to build up a bit of a stash that you'll soon be able to create multiple pictures.
Well, that's how I did it, and I just built it all up, and then I got more serious, and I just got addicted. So, you know, when you get addicted to buying fabric, I was a bit like that with wool.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move on to one that I did earlier. So just pull that off, put that to one side. Okay. So all I've done differently there is I've just added, if you go into the green, there is all those little highlights within the green wool. So I've just highlighted the bank here. So now I'm going to put in the sun and our little boat.
How long do you need to keep punching that, needle punching it, to make it as...
Not long, 5 minutes.
Oh, right,
Not
okay.
long. Yeah, and just don't forget to keep combing it through with a smaller one every now and again. So stab lots, and then comb it through, then stab again, and then you can always give it a bit of a rub, but that's not going anywhere. It's not falling off or anything like that. So, okay, so you just need a tiny, tiny bit. Some of these, if you, with the woodland one and with this moon one, if you go and, I don't know what the date was, I think it was the 3rd or 2nd of August, I did the Silent Night demo. That will demo a lot of how I do the actual branches of the trees. So
yeah, that was the Christmas one.
Yeah, so some of these actually cross over, so you can just watch the other one. So you scrumple it up with your finger, your finger
Thumb and your finger.
And then taking your small one, this is where you need to be quite accurate. Now, as we were saying earlier, the more you stab it, the smaller it goes. So you just want to go round and round and round. So you want to create that basic circle shape. And don't worry, it will do it. Just manipulate the fibres into place. So I'm going for like that half moon, half sun, you know, and it's just going behind the hills.
Oh, you've put them in the mood for Jaffa cakes now. In the
Jaffa cakes.
Half moon.
Of course.
Remember?
Yeah, that's going back a bit.
Still all associated with Dawn French though, don't we?
So there we are. So as you can see, the more I do it, the tidier it goes. But it's in the distance, so it doesn't have to be a really sharp line of a sun. You know, it could be, the sun's going down, isn't it? So it could be quite soft. So there we are. There's our sun. You could use a tiny bit of the yellow.
Oh, I love that.
And then, so it's really warm, getting that last bit of warmth of the day, look, coming off that sun there. And then just comb through the fibres there so it's nice and soft.
Oh gosh, it looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
This one
already.
This one's probably got more techniques with the needle felt inside of things.
Yeah.
So if you want to try doing a few more techniques, then this one is a good one to get.
There is still availability of this one. JPXC64 is the item code number. It is on the website. You can get it with the call centre. We had more of these available to start with. If we had the same amount as the autumn wood, well, both would be sold out. So absolutely make the most of it. Remember, if you do want the autumn wood, you need to call the call centre. If you want the summer's last sale, you can still get it on the website.
So there we go. There's our sun. We can always come back to it. Now for our little boat. Tiny, tiny bit of the black. Barely even enough for you to be able to see it. Same as the sun. My hands are quite sweaty now, so this is going together quite quickly. Scrumple it up into a little ball. So it's really, you could feel it in your fingers that it's getting quite hard. Where's your boat going to go? I think it will go there. It will take centre stage of this one. Start off, when you're doing a small ball like that, start off in the middle. Be careful of your fingers though, because you've got to hold it in place. And again, just keep going round and round and round. It will get smaller and smaller and smaller.
I thought that was done with thread, you know. I didn't realise that was...
It's partly thread. I will do it. I do the sail in the thread. So get that really firmly in place. Get some of these pale fibres out of the way. Right then. So back to where our light source is. Obviously, the sun is on the right hand side. So for the shadow of the boat, it won't be straight down. That won't look realistic. You've got to make sure it's coming in line with the sun. So if you think about it being in a line across here, that's where the sun will be. So that's where your shadow will be on this side. So to do that, again, just a tiny bit of the black. If it's too much, it won't look right.
Oh, nice.
And then starting at the base of the boat, tiny, 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 just literally a couple of fibres of, almost like you've just got a bit of fluff on your jumper. And then put that out to the side, just to give it that little hint of a shadow. There you go. There we are. So we'll do some, I'll show you how to do some of the stitching on this and how to get the depth of the...
do you do the fence with stitches or...?
You can. I do this fence with stitches, which is what we're going to do now.
Okay.
So again, as you can see, all the stitches for the fence is all... it's going down to the water. Can you see that? How it's taking you down there. So all that is playing around with the different stitch length. I'm going to show you how to create that fence in less than a minute.
Go on then. We challenge you.
Oh God. No.
That fence.
The fence.
That fence there.
So I'm going to take me...
Got your timer ready, Joe?
Ready? Tell me when. Oh, I've already started.
Go.
Go. Okay. So put the lock stitch in the back of your fabric, so it's not going anywhere. Where's your fence going to go? We're going to make it go down to the water. I will put one big stitch there. The next one, a bit further along. Come up, and then a little bit smaller, and then a little bit smaller. So you're not only changing the length, you're changing the width. I'll just move that out of the way, I'll fix that in place in a minute. You're changing the width of it as well. And then I'm going to do one more small one there. Or why not? Let's do an extra one. How much time have I got left?
20 seconds left.
20 seconds. There we go. There's my posts are in. You connect your posts up with just straight stitches. 5.
Oh no, don't count it down in the gallery.
My hands are shaking now.
Oh, you're such mean things.
I got fence posts in with a minute.
That's so quick. At home, it's like being on sewing bee, isn't it?
So already it's giving you that illusion of that you're walking down to the water. Well, the fence is taking you down. There you go.
That's a good technique to know how to do, isn't it?
There we are.
How long do you generally spend? How long will it take you to create one of these?
One this size?
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably a day. From some of the bigger ones, like you say, some of the detail. Yeah, there's one on my Instagram page, Delphine Brooks, Mixed Media Artist. Go on there, and that's the same as my Facebook page.
Okay.
Delphine Brooks, Mixed Media Artist. And
I bet you've had so many new followers as well. It's just.
I just like seeing what people do. I like to see what other people create with your kit. And that's not just with this, but you know, when I do sewing kits or, you know, some of my applique stuff, to see what other people do with it. That's what makes this job amazing. That's what makes me smile. That's what makes me do it. That's my motivation.
It is brilliant. So interesting.
So with that same bit of black thread, so there you go. I've just put in an extra fence panel. There we are. So with that same thread, have I got enough there? No, I'll have to quickly change that. Only because I want to do the sail of the boat. Oh, it's not coming out. Oh, my hands are now sticky.
Oh no.
Oh, got sticky hands.
We could put the aircon on if you would like.
No, it's not that. It was just the panicking of getting it done.
It's because they're sort of counting you
I
down.
could hear them counting down. Who started that? Who was it? Was it Joe or Kat?
It's Joe. He's so competitive.
Okay, so to do the sail, you can do it in felt. I have done it in the felt before when I've done boats before.
Do you do a big knot on the end? I suppose you can, because you don't see the back,
you
do
don't
you?
see it. I mean, look at the back of mine.
No,
Oh,
you
it's
never
a
ask to
mess.
see the back, do you?
Oh, it's a mess. So just where the boat is, how big do you want your sail to be? When you do this, don't pull too tight, otherwise it will make the fabric bunch up.
You've even done reflective light on the sail, haven't you?
I have. We're going to have we'll do that as well if we've got time. We're not doing too bad.
Yeah, we're good for time.
And
What,
then-
12 minutes?
And then I've got another little one coming in there. And then you can tidy up the top of the boat, you know, so it's got that little overhang there. There we go. So it just tidies it up. It could be a buoy even, you know, one of the floating around.
Yeah.
Or you could give it a little anchor. You could even do a little man
Oh,
or
gosh,
lady
yeah.
just sat there. Okay, so that's our boat. So as you can see with the branches, I have done a demo on this on a previous kit. I think it was the Silent Night one. And
2nd of August that was. did you say?
yeah, and the Shepherd's Light one, again, the same with the branches. So I'll just quickly use up this bit of black thread. But all I'm doing is just straight stitches out from wherever I want them to be. I want them to be coming up from the left. Imagine I'm stood on this bank here and the tree's just coming over. Oh, I want to be here today, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Just sit on that bank there.
Hopefully we will actually have some scenes like this over the weekend.
Yeah, especially Monday, Tuesday. It's supposed to be lovely, isn't it?
Oh,
I hope so. There we are. So, as you can see, there's some little pink flowers.
What's that? Is that a technical term?
Pepper pink. Pink
Oh,
flowers.
the flowers. Look at how beautiful they are as well.
So,
That really makes it.
this is your bullion stitch. So again, don't let it scare you, because I know a lot of people are scared of a French knot or a bullion stitch.
Bullion stitch, does
Easy.
it look similar to a French knot or not?
Looks similar, yeah. The technique is slightly different. So as you had, what was the lady who was doing some embroidery the other day? Oh,
Cara?
Yes. So when you do, there's another name for it, but you can do roses, like especially if you do a lot of hoop embroidery.
Okay.
This is quite popular to make roses and things like that. So it all just depends on how many times you wrap it around the needle. So if you have got a needle that's the same length all the way down, then that's ideal. But I don't. You can use any needles that are fine. So I've got fluff all over. Okay, so bullion knot. Let's do it. Shall I do this on a scrap bit of fabric I've got in here, just so you can see it on the white? Excuse me.
If you've got some in the cellar.
I've got a little scrap bit here. You might be able to see it better in the white. There we are.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to tie it off at the back. Just because you might be able to see it slightly better. Right then. So you come up through the fabric or the wool. You'll bring that thread all the way through. So I'll come over to the side of it. All the way through. And then you take the needle tip and you go in and out as close to where you came out. Use that tail of the thread, and you could, depending on how long you want it, you wrap it around and round and round, like that. There is a diagram as well in the book.
How many times did you wrap round then?
Oh, I don't know.
Just round and round and
yeah,
round and round.
Yeah. And then, opposite to the French knot, you don't want to put it too tight, because you've got to get the needle, which is when you've got sweaty hands, is very difficult to do. All the way through. You pull it tight, and then you pull it back. But you could do really, really long stitches with that. You could do them long, and then you just go back in, and that stays nice and secure in place, like that. So, nice and easy. I'll do another couple.
There's on the back of the instructions, you've got really clear diagram, and obviously you can watch the show back and stop, pause, rewind. And it's a lovely stitch to know how to do, isn't it?
It is, because you can do so much with it. So much with it. Like I said, you could build up lots of different flowers. If you were doing a big piece of lavender, this could be the little petals of the lavender coming, you know, the...
Yeah.
And if you had a very, you know...
Variegated.
That's it. I can't talk today. It's all that Pepsi or the coffee I've had on that. To keep me awake.
Other soft drinks are available.
Yeah.
Tango, Fanta and apple tizer.
Yeah. Tizer. You say tizer?
Apple tizer?
Apple tizer.
Is that still a thing?
No, do you remember tizer?
Just
It
tizer?
looked like iron brew. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yes. That's
like
weirdly
an
brought back
orange.
memories.
That's going back a bit though, yeah. Right. What are they saying in there?
They're saying at the end of the show, we've got the replay later of
I thought they were talking about tizer.
the early bird from yesterday, the William Morris from yesterday, still at an early bird price. That's what they were saying. Don't worry, they're not talking about you.
How beautiful was that though?
Oh, it was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've never done William Morris as an early bird.
That was beautiful, that is.
Sorry, Kat didn't want to distract you.
No, it's fine. I'm just wrapping around my needle. So again, don't pull too tight. Push the needle through. Make sure you've got dry hands when you do this. And then pull tight and then pull back. So you'll just do that again. You know when we were saying that you can change the stitch thickness. So you start off by doing that with a full skein and then you'll do it with a single. You know, you separate the strands.
Yeah, absolutely. They're stranded cottons, aren't they? How many strands do you get? Is it 6?
6. Yeah. So, and then with the grass, I'll just do a quick demo on the grass. Or no, in fact, I've done the grass before. I want to show you quickly about the water to get the reflections.
And is that where your metallic comes in?
That's where your metallic thread comes in.
Oh,
yes.
so like the water, how the light catches the water, it looks all glistening.
So again, take a single strand. So that, again, it separates really, really easily.
Yeah.
Smaller needle. This is where you've got to be really delicate with your stitches. Don't pull too tight. So we just need to give the boat a bit of a highlight. So again, thinking of where your light source is coming from. I'm just going to... Oh, sorry, I keep wondering over there.
Perfect.
I keep getting closer to you. I'm like, okay, so from the top, I'll pull down and just give that little sail a highlight. You see the difference? Well, I don't know if you can here, but you will when you get the instructions. It just completely changes the depth of and makes it look realistic. Now, this is where your stitches need to be straight. If they go a bit wonky, the water won't look as realistic. So keep it nice and straight again, not pulling too tight.
You don't need as much as you think you'll need, actually.
No.
Just that little subtle glisten makes it look really realistic.
And having the bit of blingy thread near the sun, where that sun's setting, where it's bouncing off the water, that's where the light's bouncing off the water and highlighting the water, so it's all nice and glittery.
Oh, you can see there, look, how beautiful that looks. So away from the water, slightly the other side of the boat, and then
So you've
towards
got
the
that
bank.
ripples of the boat down towards the bank. And there you go, that's it. That's all the little techniques. So again, it's easier. It's easy, yeah. You're going to give it a go?
I'd love to give it a go. I really, really would. I think it looks like you have to be very, very arty to do it. It looks like a painting. But actually, when you see how Delphine breaks it down, it makes it so achievable, doesn't it? So I'm really hoping, that everybody wants to have a go. It's so much fun. You get everything that you need in the bundle to get started. You have your full instructions from Delphine, which those of you that obviously are watching a show, you know, she's a fantastic teacher and you're so clear.
Oh, thank you.
And it's all, of course, in your instructions, all written down. And with great photographs. Plus, you get all of your beautiful quality wool. Look at how multi-tonal they are. They're stunning. You then will get all of your DMC skeins, your stranded cottons, so you can add even more depth and texture to your projects. And you're going to get your background wool felt as well, $24.99. Now that one is still available at the moment on the website. If you're watching on any kind of replay, definitely check availability. Fingers crossed you can still get one of those. The Autumn Wood kit, it's sold out and we've managed to rebundle it without the backing felt. So you've still got everything else you need. Don't worry though, you can use any loose weave fabric like you saw Delphine using, old bit of denim, just a scrap piece that's 5 inches. 5-inch squares. You get all of your instructions, plus you get all of your wool, you get your DMC skeins, but you will need to call the customer service team for that. And they're lovely, they really are. I'm not saying it as in, but it's a negative, because they're so lovely. PGXC95 is your item code number. Speak to them and make sure you secure it as soon as you can. Don't forget, there is the starter kit as well that is available. Lots of people getting involved with the starter kit. You get your felting block, you get your 7 needles, which we saw Delphine using, plus you get your 3 needles and you get your singular felting needles. So everything that you need to get started in this brand new hobby and this brand new amazing skill. I mean, I can't wait to see all your photographs, and you must tag Delphine in them on social media as well.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah.
How do we find you on Instagram?
Delphine Brooks Mixed Media Artist.
Thank you.
And
Honestly,
on Facebook as well.
It's been the most incredible 2-day special with
Aw,
you. When are you coming back next?
I think I'm on the 27th. No, I think I'm back before then.
Okay.
Soon. Not next week, the week after.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, don't stay away too long. We love your shows. Thank you so much. Right, so tomorrow's show looks a little bit like this. We have got a great show. It's Adele's birthday, by the way. I'm whispering because we all got to bring all of our birthday cheer because she's coming in, especially on her birthday morning. So we've got Creative Grid rulers to start with. Of course, the early bird as well. It's going to be brilliant tomorrow morning, so set your alarm nice and early. 9 o'clock, Adele will be with me, and we're going to be doing some dressmaking. So different patterns always sell out nice and early. So please be aware, if you do want any of the So Different patterns, get on the web as soon as you can. 10 o'clock, the blue and yellow fabric extravaganza. That sounds exciting. Thanks, Kat. She added the word extravaganza. No pressure, Kat, but that is going to have to be brilliant. And at 11 o'clock, we've got the tulip dress again from So Different. So coming up in the next hour, remember, we won't be here live, but there will be a repeat of yesterday's show. If you have not met Rebecca Reed yet, who's the latest addition to the Sewing Street family, she's our new presenter and she's brilliant. She brings a huge wealth of knowledge and she's just so much fun as well. You'll love her. She has got for you the best early bird special that was on yesterday, and normally it's only for one day only. We're keeping it on there for you today because it's the best early bird ever, the William Morris fat quarters, and I think they're £50, which is so good for how many fat quarters you get. Anyway, I will see you again bright and early tomorrow morning. See you then.